iPhone 16 Pro on us. And feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Walmart Plus. It's Walmart plus free delivery, which frees up your whole afternoon. Thank you, free delivery. It's Walmart plus gas discounts, so you can go to the state fair, half the state away. Plus an included Paramount Plus subscription to stream dramas, plus comedies, plus rom-com dramedies. That's showbiz, baby. Basically, it's Walmart plus more ways to save time and money. Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Southern New Hampshire University makes it possible for working adults and parents to accomplish their dreams.
We are thrilled to be celebrating our graduates.
SNHU, it's worth it in more ways than you can probably even imagine.
As you start that momentum and get that first class going, the rest just really falls into place.
For anyone that feels like college is impossible, I was right there with you. But I can say today that it is possible because of SNHU.
Go to snhu.edu to get started.
You should see it out there. We did this.
That's all, folks.
Joker, only in theaters Friday. Rated R.
Starting to feel like fall in New York, and hockey is back at Madison Square Garden. Devils and Rangers preseason tonight. The starting goaltenders for tonight's game in net for the Devils is Isaac Poulter, undrafted 23-year-old, has worked his way up from the ECHL to earn an NHL contract. He's never played in an NHL game, but has been called up a couple of times. Peter Laviolette said the plan is for Igor Shesterkin to get the majority of the last two preseason games on the Rangers' schedule in preparation for opening night, which is 1 week from tomorrow in Pittsburgh for these Rangers.
And I like what Laviolette, he checked to see if what was going to happen with Shesterkin. Actually, it's up to the goaltenders, kind of how they feel, how they want to play it out to get for that ready for game number one. And Igor tonight, he starts.
Dylan Garand is the backup tonight in case Shesterkin only wants to play a couple of periods, so he could get some action in the third. Isaac Poulter won't face the entire power of the New York Rangers tonight. The line of Chris Kreider, Mika Zibanejad, and the newly acquired Riley Smith sitting this one out. But he will have to stare down one of the most productive lines in the NHL in Panarin, Trocheck, and Lafreniere here this evening as the Rangers control the puck. Off the opening faceoff, and we are underway.
Yeah, you still want to stay out of the penalty box if you're the New Jersey Devils here tonight.
This one is up in the air. Glove down by Schmelzer. Could not leave the zone. It's taken by Daniil Misiul. Pass ahead. Here's Hallinan with a good look, and the first shot right into the breadbasket of Igor Shesterkin.
Quick little play there, Brendan, up ice, and it's, you got a free-flowing Utica Devils team here in New Jersey. A lot of their regulars are across the pond in Prague, and there's Kevin Dineen, head coach of the Utica Comets. He's loving this opportunity. A lot of these players have not had the chance or haven't had the chance to play in Madison Square Garden, so it's a lot of excitement out of Kevin here today, and you can see that passion right away. He's probably telling his team to do more of that because that was a great attack on Shesterkin.
These two teams, or at least these two teams that have these jerseys, played last night as well in New Jersey. A lot of the same players carrying over for the Devils, who just don't have the numbers necessarily that the Rangers do. Sent mostly an AHL roster to Newark last night, but tonight, as you mentioned, they've got mostly NHL players on the ice to take on this version of the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, we talked with Kevin Dineen, the coach here tonight, and he said, hey, we're going to play with passion, we're going to have fun, there's going to be a lot of energy out of his team and work ethic, so they're looking to run right at the Rangers here right away.
Back to get it for the Devils. Jackson Van de Leest takes a hit. Puck rolls up the wall, and Garris able to clear it out of the zone, but not much farther, as it's taken by Victor Mancini, who's playing alongside Zach Jones here tonight. Mancini, a guy who has impressed a lot of people in this Rangers camp. Chipped in down the wall by Bo Groove, picked up, cooling ahead, and that one banked off the outside of the cage, occupied by Isaac Poulter for the Devils. Changing sides of the ice. Nathan Laguerre able to grab this one and cut into the net. Makes a move to the forehand. It took a good save from Shesterkin to keep it out.
A couple quick transitions here from the New Jersey Devils, and seems like everyone's got on the ice, and with the attack, this is a stretch play up the ice. You can see the heads-up play, a little hesitation in the neutral zone from the Rangers, and it's the speed coming across. Nice start here for the Devils. Shesterkin has had to make a couple key saves here right away.
And it's the same guys as last night. Nathan Laguerre, who just had that one stop, had a breakaway goal last night against the Rangers, and Brian Hallinan, who we saw got a great chance earlier, he had a breakaway goal last night against the Rangers.
Hey, they have the speed, you're playing carefree, and sometimes it's an advantage. You play last night, you know you're going to play tonight, that engine is still revved up, and you can see to start this one, a couple of players for the Devils, they're ready to go.
Big fourth line of the Rangers is out there right now, and that was Adam Enstrom taking the body, and then Matt Rempe came in and laid it down as well, and there's Rempe freeing the puck up and stepping into the line with Schneider, as things will get rough with those two big towering wingers out there. Here's Keandre Miller taking a shot off the shaft of the stick of Poulter. Moved along up the boards. Trocheck couldn't keep it in. Devils up ice. It's Schmelzer taken off along the wall. Drop pass intercepted and flipped to safety by Keandre Miller. Rolling puck will get all the way back down to Poulter, who will hang on for the whistle.
You know, in the offseason, Brendan, you don't really get to practice everything you want to practice in a regular game or the preseason. And for Matt Rempe, probably didn't get to throw a lot of hits just by judging on that play. And what's he going to do here? Oh, try to get another hit. That one, there's body contact. So, yeah, you can practice your skills, your skating, and even with your team, you're not taking runs like that at your teammates. And here tonight, it looks like he's got maybe that in his forefront of his mind here to start.
22-year-old Matt Rempe played his first 17 games. Yes, he only played 17 games. For as much as everybody talked about him last year in the NHL, just a little taste of the National Hockey League life for Matt Rempe.
Yeah, the folklore. I mean, he right away here came into New York, the outdoor game, fought Matt Martin there, and from there, it seemed like the league reacted because 6'8", fearless, can skate. You just know when he's on the ice, and everyone in the Garden, all Ranger Nation, they know when Matt Rempe's in the lineup. So does the opposition.
Yeah. Connor Mackey up towards for Lafreniere. It's tangled up there, sent out to center ice, and it's cut off by Michael Diop. Trocheck and Ruedel working back in the Ranger zone. This one lifted through the center circle and gloved down there by Xavier Perron. 23-year-old Devils prospect. Again, the entirety of the Devils opening night roster and a few extras, including Nico Dawes, their third-string goalie. They are all over in Czechia already, getting ready for Friday night's opener to the NHL season. And so all of the players for the Devils tonight are slated for either the American Hockey League Utica Comets or even perhaps the ECHL with Adirondack.
Yeah, what an opportunity for these guys to play against a Ranger team who's tuning up to start their season.
Shesterkin with the home run pass. It's a high stick for Capo Caco to play it. But as the puck is touched by Jackson Vandalese, play will continue.
Looked like lacrosse there from Capo Caco. Just a little over his shoulder, so you had to let the Devils player play it, and they were able to push it out of the zone.
What a pass from Shesterkin.
Yeah. Perfect. Look, he's looking again to see who his options are. A great asset to have as a puck-moving goaltender. You can see that the defenseman just went to the corners, knowing Igor, he was going to make that first play. It makes things a little easier.
But Jody, correct me if I'm wrong. That's a preseason pass from Shesterkin, going right up the middle of the first
maybe
period.
when they're up, you know, like by a couple goals late in the game.
This one thrown on that big rebound. Couldn't be handled in the backhand by LaBerge. Sent out to the line. Missioul. LaBerge turning, trying to look for a little bit of room. He's watched there closely by Bo Groom. Comes around the boards, Jakob Zaboral. In camp on a PTO, Zaboral to LaBerge. Couldn't get the one-timer away. Stayed with it, though, and the backhand was blocked just to the side of the net. Zaboral will slide down the boards. Hoffman took the body on him. Bumps it along for Crew. And Bo Crew able to clear it out. And now it's taken by Cooley. Cooley couldn't get past Missioul. And he will start stretching the legs.
Nice composure there from Missioul. Just not only breaking up the play, but then getting his head up and his legs moving, making an excellent pass up ice for that brief attack. But you got to love the confidence of these young players.
Jack Malone in on the forecheck for New Jersey. It's Rempe. Held in at the line. Malone played last year on that great Boston College team that came up just short in the national championship game, wearing 41 and white for New Jersey. spin by Diop to get away from Rempe, but now he's got to deal with Edstrom on the other side, and he turned it over. A nice stop by Poulter on the one-timer from Carrick. There is Matt Rempe throwing the big body chip.
A little high there on McKinnon.
Everything's a little high with Rempe.
Yeah, that's a good point. McKinnon's going back in there. Oh,
knocked him down to a knee.
Like Rempe took an elbow to the head there as well while he was down on his knee.
Might press him off the puck.
Yeah, that was more fair, a little more fair game there, I guess.
Both teams making changes and allowing a little bit of time here as the pass to Schmelzer. Good look in stride, a chance for Perron. He rings one off the crossbar and it jumps up into the netting. Awfully good look there for Xavier Perron, coming in off the wing and testing Igor Shesterkin. Looked like he had it too. The ping and it stayed out.
This is the story of the one. The one who believes being prepared is not just a way of life. It's how he helps everyone stay safe. He sweats the small stuff before it becomes big stuff. For the one, being an unsung hero in a building full of everyday heroes is just how he likes it. The industrial-grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Within these walls lies one of the wonders of the world. For the first time ever, we're being given exclusive access to excavate beneath it. Get ready to explore the city and the secrets of Petra.
Expedition Unknown. The season begins with The Secrets of Petra, Wednesday, October 9th on Discovery, and stream next day on Discovery Plus and Max.
I am going to fight for this championship as much as I possibly can. You want to do this right here, right now? We usher in a new era. We'll fight night after night after night. Incredible! Wow!
AEW Collision, Saturday at 8 on TNT.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. A huge opportunity for many of the players donning that Devils sweater here tonight, playing at the world's most famous arena for the first time. We talked to Kevin Dineen earlier tonight before the game. He ballparked it at about 18 players on the roster tonight, getting an opportunity they otherwise would not have gotten if not for the games overseas in Prague. He said he could sense it as the team arrived to the arena here tonight, checking out the posters of all the famous musicians who have performed here. Jody, I bet you remember your first game at MSG. I know when I did a game here. I'm gonna wait, see if we have a scoring opportunity here. Nice save from Poulter as I do Berkey's job a little bit here, but I was looking for the Taylor Swift poster. Now, your first game at MSG, what poster were you looking for?
Oh, that's a good question. I do remember walking up the ramp to the 5th floor here where the ice surface is, and it's just a magical place. Of course, there was Muhammad Ali, but I like the Tina Turner poster. I think Paula Abdul was up there too. There was some legends back in the day, but you can see, yeah, this place is iconic for many, many reasons. As you mentioned, the most famous arena in the world, and for these Devils players, you almost forget until Kevin brought it up in our meeting. He was like, yeah, these guys, I mean, never really would have a chance to play here, and now the opportunity not only to showcase their game, but being here in Madison Square Garden against the Rangers.
There's a shot that snuck through from the line as Jones may have been tipped along the way, but the Rangers have struck first. It was one of those guys that has played in Madison Square Garden, Kevin LeBanc, that couldn't get that puck out, and Jones' shot found its way through.
Yeah, LeBanc, he had a good game last night. He comes in from San Jose looking for a contract, and, you know, it can get scrambly in the defensive zone. You can see her. The Rangers get this puck off the face-off, and then defensive zone coverage. Not only that, but trying to retrieve pucks. And anytime you can't get a puck out, you put everyone else on your team on their heels. You can see the Devils there. Now they have to stop. Everyone's standing still. And when you throw that puck towards the net with traffic, as Jones does here, and that puck's end over end, looks like it might have got deflected there right at the end.
Looked like Capo Kakko got a stick on it.
Yeah, it did.
Zach Jones, who's had himself a nice offensive producing preseason so far, going to get a point out of it no matter what, as Devils break out of the zone and then turn it over at the line, and it's Artemi Panarin looking for a teammate, but nobody over on the near wall. Knocked down by Keandre Miller. There are only 5 players out of the 20 that are dressed for New Jersey. They've even played a singular game at the NHL level prior to this one. This is broken up, and Laguerre has it. That's Nathan Laguerre. His 4th pro season. And now Zaboral, former first-round pick of the Bruins, puts it on that save, made rebound, and he scores. Jakob Zaboral comes right back and gets it back for New Jersey.
How about that? You know, the Rangers, you think they're going to come in and overwhelm the Devils, but the Devils have had a really good start here. We're only saying that because it's a young roster. Their main roster is in Prague, getting ready for the opening of the season over there against the Buffalo Sabres, but no hesitation. I mean, that's textbook fundamentals. You shoot the puck and you follow it up here. You can see he's got the advantage. As Mackey there is facing him, just looking to see where that puck is, has no idea. And then it's in the back of the net. We're tied up quickly here in New York. And when you think about the Rangers' goal, it was an error at the blue line. You know, and that's something Kevin Dineen and his staff here would tell these young players is, hey, keep it clean. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Stay out of the box, but especially the dangerous areas. At the blue line, don't turn the puck over.
There's a turnover by the Rangers, Ruedel, and it led to a scoring chance, but Philip and Garis unable to get it through, and now a little clutching and grabbing. Samuel LeBerge wrapped up with Will Cooley.
I love this set of the Devils. I mean, they're going right at the Rangers. Here's this goal again. You see the shot, and as Igor collects that, he tries to get set for that second one. Looked like he might have been screened there on the second one, or maybe surprised that his defenseman didn't pick it up.
Zaboral's AHL career, he's played some NHL games as well, 76 of them. 22 last year with the Boston Bruins. He was the 13th overall pick for the Boston Bruins in 2015. It just never really worked out the way they thought they would in Boston.
It looks good here to start this one.
Yeah.
With the goal at Madison Square Garden against the Rangers to tie things up. That was a good heavy shot that he followed up on.
Come in on PTO to training camp, and you're trying to show off not just for the team and the jersey you're wearing. I say by Shesterkin, but anybody else that might be watching.
That's a really good point. I mean, you know, the waiver wire is going to get hot here quickly.
Weidel chucks it on net, handled by Isaac Poulter. 8 minutes gone here in the first period. Goals from Capo Kakko and Jakob Zaboral. Just over a minute apart. That rebound loose in front. Poulter couldn't get the glove on top, but still alive as it goes behind the net. Circling the zone, Hoffman. Play behind for Will Cooley. Went through him. Tag Bertuzzi with it there for New Jersey. Son of longtime NHLer Todd Bertuzzi. Tag 84 wearing the bubble tonight. Taking a nice stick last night. Here's Jones. Play behind the net. Hoffman trying to cut to the net. He was shut off at the side by Dion.
And he got fancy there behind the net. Just lost the puck off the blade of his stick. Tried the Michigan play.
Linsky didn't get it out. Mancini on the keep it. Cross-ice pass for Jones. Jones with a shot. Hit Rempe in front. Still loose just outside the crease, and then covered up by Isaac Poulter. And Rempe, who got his stick in there, is confronted by a couple of Devils as well.
You know, Mancini's got an opportunity here with lingering out. He's a young player. Down the left side of your screen. A heads-up play. Drew all the attention to himself. Not only got it to the far side of the ice, then he got this opportunity to put that puck in on Poulter, who had to get it and keep it clean. And yeah, Matt Rempe, I mean, when he's on the ice, things are kept simple, but he's effective. And that's what I'm really impressed with him. He's had a great offseason. Lived with Jonathan Quick and his family out in Connecticut here. Trained like he never has before, he said. Spent a lot of time on skating. Actually worked on fighting with George LaRock.
That'll help.
Yeah, George is a tough customer. I've had to deal with George a few times. Not anymore, but when I played. And so Rempe is determined to be better as a hockey player. And I just like his effectiveness. He draws a crowd. He can create space by drawing that crowd. And, of course, he's as a major physical presence. And there's a major effect, too. I mean, you look at New Jersey, they got McDermott, signed him to a long-term deal. Where was his career going to be if Rempe didn't come in and create noise in the New York area? So, kind of like that ripple effect.
Rempe didn't spend his whole summer with the Rock, just 3 days, but he did spend his whole summer power skating with Chris Kreider and working out. So, yeah, that's a part of his game, but worked out a lot of other things as well, as things getting a little rough right there between the benches.
Devils, Rangers, and there's Rempe, and I guess if you want to create a name for yourself, if you're a New Jersey Devil tonight.
And Rempe had 5 fights in his 17 NHL games, but he also spent a chunk of the year in Hartford where he saw plenty of these guys as well, and had 7 fights in 43 games down there too.
That's a really good point, and some good, look like more negotiating there, but Rempe, you know, he's, the thing I like about him, he understands, hey, any nonsense, I'll just come in, I'm the guy to deal with. And this looks like just an innocent play at the bench. Jackson Vandaliste, he's not a small man himself, he's 6'7". Looks like we're all clear here, 5-on-5 still. He's got a little cut on his lip.
Confident man in the building, probably Sam Carrick with the 2 wingers that he has alongside. He can do anything he wants out there.
Yeah, 2 giants.
Yep.
And he likes to mix it up too.
That's right. I mean, he can take care of himself.
Yes.
Alpocato on the keep in, long pass, gets through, thrown towards the net, deflected out. Keandre Miller with a long-range shot. That one kicked out by Poulter. Coming up on the halfway point of the first period, Brandenburg, Jody Shelley, and Jackie Redmond with you from Madison Square Garden as Schnauzer unable to nudge that one by. The Rangers will reset things. Andre Miller over for Braden Schneider. Poulter rimmed around, chipped off the glass. And pulling it out of there is Hallinan. First 2 NHL games of Hallinan's career were last year. 20-goal scorer in the American Hockey League level. McKinnon's pass eventually found its way to Mike Hardman. Comes over from the Chicago Blackhawks organization. This one around the boards, gets through. Could be icing here unless it winds up on net, and it does find Poulter. Their boards hitting Trocheck. Trocheck, drop pass. There's the shot from Lafreniere. Blocked. Came free. Kicked out by Poulter. Right back to Lafreniere. Now it's Mackey. His shot well wide. Winds its way around Lafreniere there again. Forced by in the net, Trocheck. Just beaten there by Diot. Mackey slides in down the boards. Michael Diot. Now McKinnon. Well, McKinnon turns on Lafreniere. Diot's outlet pass springs the Devils through center. Oski. And then Hardman, and it's in deep. Devils need a change.
Nice, exactly. They needed a change. Nice composure there. You know, you get McKinnon, he gets the puck, gets his head up, make sure he makes a safe play. They got 5 fresh guys on the ice because they were hemmed in a little bit by the Rangers.
Will Cooley, Lafreniere trying to keep the pressure on. That took a hop off the stanchion, nearly found its way to the front of the net. So grabbed by Jones at center ice and over for Mancini. Victor Mancini.
Moves really well for a big man out there.
This will be his first professional season. Spent the last 3 years at Nebraska Omaha. Jones shoved by Laguerre. Puck continues on. Vandaliste off the wall. Bertuzzi in pursuit. It's Crew and Cooley. A big collision. Vandaliste and Cooley both went down after that. And then Ben Drew has a conversation with him. They're thinking about dropping the gloves, and there they go. It's Vandaliste and Bo Drew. Size advantage to Vandaliste, who's got the headlock and an uppercut.
Yeah, he's got him in a tough position here. Drew bent over, and it looks like Drew wants out of the fight at this point. He saw the hit that was thrown by Vandaliste. And then Bo Drew steps up. They chat a little chat, and then, hey, drop the gloves, and here we go. We talked about the rivalry. When these 2 jerseys are in the same building, Rangers, Devils, here's the hit. That looked pretty even there, but Drew didn't think so. So he asked Vandaliste to drop the gloves. Yeah.
Tune him up, 1-1 here in the first.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Oh, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Want to feel the power of sports? Then TNT Sports on True TV has you covered.
These players are made for moments like this.
We bring you the games, get you in the know,
The Up and Adam Show is part of TNT Sports on True TV.
and keep you in the middle of the action.
We're the best bet heading into tonight.
And our passion for sports is what makes us fans.
We got to throw some balls.
Just like you. TNT Sports on True TV, your new destination for sports moments. Every night starting at 6 Eastern.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Rangers Devils here in the first period. Down to the Devils bench with Jackie Redmond. Jackie?
Well, a 49-second response goal, a fight, physicality, some nice saves from Poulter. What do you make of the vibes so far?
Well, I think you come into a building like this, there's a lot of enthusiasm and excitement by our crew, and I think it's shown in our game.
I'd say these prospects certainly look up to the task tonight. I got to ask you about Jody Shelley. He's been pumping your tires all day, saying you were the best roommate. So it begs the question, what was he like as a roommate?
Hey, not only as a roommate, I think in all he's been an overachiever in everything he does. All you got to do is meet Mandy, and you know that for sure. We're going to need a few of these tonight.
I have no doubts. Thank you for this. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Wow, outkicked your coverage coming hard here in the first period.
Hey, that man is something. I mean, I have so many stories about Kevin Dineen, and they're all just great. He's a wonderful guy. He's got a great family. His son, Will, is a captain at Yale. Just got named that this summer. And he was a mentor to me when I first came in Columbus. I wouldn't say we were perfect roommates. There was a night when I couldn't find the remote, and I don't know what was on TV. It was something not watchable. But later we found out it was under him while he was on the phone, and I was just sitting there as a rookie watching whatever was on TV. I wasn't going to ask him for the remote. I just sat there.
Nope. Smart move by you.
Yeah. Respect.
That's right. We've got 2.5 more periods for some more Kevin Dineen stories. 5 minutes for fighting for both Drew and Vanderleest. Nothing else other than the 5-minute fight in majors. So still 5-on-5. Clark pinballs around in the slot. Hallinan with a quick release, but it deflects off a stick and up and out of play. Well, there is Dineen. Had a long career in the National Hockey League. He's 57 years old. He was an assistant coach in Chicago. He was a head coach with the Florida Panthers as well. And just a couple penalty minutes along the way.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I always play with Bite, and the Dineen family has been a huge hockey family here. All through amateur, professional, NHL, and scouts, video coaches. Jerry Dineen is a video coach for the New Jersey Devils now. He was with the Rangers. Just a wonderful family. And, you know, Kevin, I liked his interview with Jackie because he talked about the enthusiasm, how they're playing. He's bringing the energy down there on the bench. I mean, he's a wonderful coach, wonderful guy in development. He really gets to know the players on a personal level. And you can tell he's in it with him here tonight at Madison Square Garden with this group that's just right now enjoying the start of this game.
This one flex up but stays in play off the high glass behind the net. Rofsky comes in for New Jersey, pulls it out of the pile. Cut off by Schneider, stole it back, but then gave it away. Capo Kakko. Kakko has the Ranger goal. Now it's Berard. Dion upended him along the way, trying to get to that puck. Everybody keeps their arms down as Malofsky comes through center and will chip it in. This puck side of the net. Trocheck plays it away from the Ranger net. Can't get it out of the zone, and we do have a penalty for holding, and it'll be the first power play of the hockey game.
Yeah, Trocheck, he's a veteran player. He's had a couple good shifts.
2 minutes for holding.
To start this one, and this play, he's just using his speed, moving his feet, and it's going to create a power play for the New York Rangers. And there he is. He knows he's got position. He's going to stay out there for this one on the face-off. And you know, the New York Rangers, third in the league last year in power plays percentages, and this is something they want to sharpen up before the regular season.
Interestingly enough, as you look down at the 5 guys that are on the ice for the Rangers, Trocheck, Lafreniere, Cooley, Miller, and Kakko, Artemi Panarin is in the dressing room for the New York Rangers.
That's not good. I mean, he missed a couple practices last week. They said it was nothing to worry about. It is the preseason. You know, you're extra cautious with any nagging injury, something that might be in the way. And for the Rangers now, yeah, it's a big spot right now on the power play.
Panarin took 4 shifts, played 2 minutes and 25 seconds of ice time. Again, is not on the bench for the New York Rangers right now. DeAndre Miller, the Rangers working on the power play. Coughed up, not cleared though. Chance for Schmelzer to clear it, and that time he will. Rangers power play was one of their key points to their success last season. They were 3rd best in the National Hockey League in terms of power play percentage. Only Tampa and Carolina had a better power play percentage than the Rangers. Edstrom is down for Hoffman. Set up on the far side, Johnny Bronzinski. Bronzinski on high for Zach Jones. He'll walk into the middle. That shot tips out high by Berard. He battles for the puck. Squirts free to the corner. 40 seconds left on the power play. Cross ice pass intended for Hoffman. Interrupted.
Edstrom in front of the net. 6'7".
They get it down to him, and his chip just goes wide.
It's a lot to contend with there.
The D-man on him, it's logging 10, but he's just parked there with nobody around him.
And then Bolter's just standing there. He probably told the defenseman, hey, get out of the way, I'll deal with this guy. You can see what they're trying to do, just get pucks through there to him.
Berard looking for an entry point. Final seconds running off the power play. Lomsky's out of the box. Just the Devils take control of the puck. 4 minutes to go in the period. Lomsky connects the pass on through left side for Hardman. Hardman around the back. Could not center that puck, and Berard clears it out. Zaboral for New Jersey re-enters. He's got the 1 Devils goal. Swipes the puck away here. Zaboral toppled down to the ice. Rangers push it ahead. Rempe's one hand. Gets it across the line, but taken by Andy Welinski. Out for Malone. They use the glass and send it out to center. Rangers re-enter. Welinski cut him off. Rolling puck near the line, and Trocheck just sweeps it over. Settled down by Ruido. Cooley knocks it in. Welinski tried to knock it out. It got hung up there by Trocheck. Couldn't regather. Rempe was on his way to the bench.
You know, we talk about Panarin being out of the lineup here tonight as he's only played a few shifts, and there's been some big injuries around the National Hockey League in these training camps.
Kakko couldn't slide that one through.
Think about LA with Drew Doughty.
This one tipped in front. A couple of chances for Lafreniere, and Isaac Poulter up to the challenge. Lafreniere spins again. Out high. Flip to the corner for Kakko. Trocheck was parked on the doorstep. Puck never got there. Kakko with it again. Around the perimeter. Move it to the front. This one ricochets out for Schneider, then almost blew up on him with Laguerre nearby.
Looked like he took it off the visor there, maybe the nose.
Kakko hands it off for Lafreniere. Out for Keandre Miller. Miller, right side. Schneider, play it down. The Rangers didn't get much done on that power play, but they seem to have carried the momentum from the power play to continue into even strength.
Yeah, you look at the sorts of the benches, right? They've got a couple makeshift lines, but for the New Jersey Devils, trying to get their penalty killers a rest, guys on the ice who haven't been out there for that full 2 minutes. So you get a little bit out of the rhythm, and that's where the Rangers are taking advantage.
That puck stalled along the boards. The officials will blow it down and stop the clock with 1 minute and 53 seconds to go in the first period. We've had 2 goals, 1 for each side, and they were just over a minute apart. Kakko, Jakob Zaboral, 1-1.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them. Because this is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This Kia Turbo Hybrid is built for all the things you've yet to do. Like taking a long drive, just to throw a monster tailgate party at an away game.
Brisket, anyone?
Do what's yet to be done. The new Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Kia, movement that inspires.
We are back. Happy Hockey New Year.
You may want to buckle up. Come on, guys. Yeah, baby. So we go.
Oh, what a holy jumping.
Wow. You talk about a guy that's feeling it right now. Right back out of there. Hey, that's playing fast. Awesome talking here tonight. You talk about awesomeness. It's right here, folks.
This place is going to explode.
NHL on TNT.
I'm jazzed up, ready to go.
In the divorces, the ugly finger of blame has come out.
Sunday.
I know that you weren't perfect in those marriages. They weren't either.
They've got all this contempt. My heart is broken.
Sister Wives, Sunday at 10 on TLC.
Well, the Ranger bench is one short. Artemi Panarin in the dressing room after just a few shifts tonight, and we were talking about the injuries and some significant injuries around the NHL. Drew Doughty, Patrick Laine is going to miss a few months, but injuries in training camp for Peter Laviolette's team too. They're missing Ryan Lindgren. He's going to be out weeks. They say Jimmy Vesey's going to be out weeks. Devils have their own injury concerns as well.
Yeah, they do. And Devils with Pesce, he's out. He had off-season surgery, comes in on a long-term deal. He didn't go over to Europe, but, you know, those are the pieces you slot in the off-season. I know there's an opportunity.
That one knocked down in front, and a couple of more saves for Poulter.
And they'll talk about opportunity, which is great, as long as it's not a long-term injury like Doughty's and Laine's. But, you know, with Lindgren, you talk about some of these defensemen that might slide in. They're going to get a great look at them here to start the season, and that might pay off later. You don't want to see anyone get injured, but you'd like to see it if you have that depth in your lineup for those guys to get an opportunity. And what will the Devils be to start the season? I think that's a big question with the new coach, some injuries, and testing their depth.
Not only missing Pesce, waiting for him to come back. Luke Hughes is going to miss the start of the season as well, which is a huge part of their defense core.
Yeah. Dougie Hamilton was out last year. You saw the impact of that, or that was what was talked about, getting the puck out of their own end. So, and Lindgren, this is a player that just battles. And you know, he stepped up for a player last week, and see the hit here by Mayfield on Hedel. Of course, Hedel, he's the guy that missed so much time the past couple seasons. Lindgren stepped in and took a few too many here and then went down awkwardly, and you know, that's given an opportunity for some of the players here. You don't want to take that fight out of Lindgren, but you hate seeing it at training camp or anytime.
Bank puts it wide. Devils pursuing here as we hit the final minute of the period. Walensky's drive from the line, kicked down by Shesterkin.
I mean, that's all I used to do in training camp, Brendan. I used to do it until the coach or the GM would come down and say, all right, Shelley, we know you can fight. Can you do anything else?
Got that part.
Got that part down.
This might get one here as Carrick took another hard hit. That one from Hardman. Carrick seems to be getting in his face too.
And there it goes.
Carrick didn't like the hit. They were talking about it for a while. Second fight here of the period between the Devils and Rangers. Mike Hardman and Sam Carrick. Talk about Carrick having the enforcers on both sides of him. He can take care of himself too.
You said he was confident.
Yeah.
And you know, in the action, good for Carrick. He's the guy that's looking to solidify that fourth line spot. But how about Hardman? He played really well last time the Devils win over the Rangers. He was effective. He was throwing bodies, and here he got the attention of Carrick, and Carrick was not going to let him ignore it. Carrick leaned on him a little bit, probably had something to say here. And then why not? The fans in the front row, they don't mind it.
Looked like they wanted to join in.
Yeah. There goes that helmet. What a great look. See these guys just battling out there. And for Carrick, he was in Anaheim. He's in Edmonton too. He comes in here, and I think he's going to be a good fit as a Ranger.
looking to replace really Barclay Goodrow's role on this team at a much cheaper price point. So they bring in Sam Carrick, who got his first taste of playoff hockey last year in Edmonton. Wasn't in the lineup every game for the run of the Stanley Cup final, but had spent his career in Anaheim and never really got that taste. And that's what playoff games.
What a run. It's something you'll take with you the rest of your life. And that's right. It's nice to have that in the locker room.
Final half minute of the period here. No extra penalties, so we play 5-a-side still. Brady Schneider will wait behind the net of Shesterkin. Andre Miller has some room to roam. 10 seconds on the clock. Miller taking it all the way in. Taco tried to center it, got hung up there. A couple of Devils collapse onto him, and the period comes to a close. And nothing further between these two teams. So we saw 2 goals, we saw 2 fights, we saw some spirited hockey here, Jody, for a preseason matchup.
Brendan, we knew that the Devils lineup is in Prague to get ready for the regular season. We weren't sure what was going to show up here to start this game against a Rangers lineup that has some veterans, but you have to be impressed with how this young group in New Jersey has come out and played some fast, on the attack, in-your-face hockey. We've had a couple fights, we've had a couple goals. I would expect Peter Laviolette to make some changes. He did talk about wanting maximum effort here tonight from his guys. Little feeling out process, but hey, hand it to the New Jersey Devils. The young guys here, great period played by them.
Coming up between periods, we'll talk more about the Devils' trip overseas to open the season in Prague. Devils, Rangers tied at 1 after 1.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the NHL and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Southern New Hampshire University makes it possible for working adults and parents to accomplish their dreams.
We are thrilled to be celebrating our graduates.
SNHU, it's worth it in more ways than you can probably even imagine.
As you start that momentum and get that first class going, the rest just really falls into place.
For anyone that feels like college is impossible, I was right there with you. But I can say today that it is possible because of SNHU.
Go to snhu.edu to get started.
Wow, you built this?
It was easy once I found the parts.
Guess I just donated my car to science.
Looks like you need a break. The General gives you one with flexible payment options.
Look, a chemical reaction!
Oh! Quick question. Does that thing have an off button? For a great low rate, go with the General.
Hit it again, Jen.
I invited chefs to my mysterious hotel. They packed limited ingredients and unlimited gaming skills. They must reimagine classic dishes.
The garlic chives are the noodle.
I'm gonna have to make a fry out of an eggplant.
To impress my VIP guests.
It's brilliant.
Oh, and there's a twist.
All new Last Bite Hotel, tonight at 9 on Food Network.
We are back. Happy Hockey New Year.
You may want to buckle up.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, baby. So we go. Oh, what a hit.
Holy jumping.
Wow. You talk about a guy that's feeling it right now.
Right back out of there. Go.
Hey,
that's playing fast.
Lots of talking here tonight.
You talk about awesomeness. It's right here, folks.
This place is going to explode. NHL on TNT.
I'm jazzed up, ready to go.
The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed. That's what they hire guys like me for.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I'm an acquired taste.
We've really moved up in the world.
America's a hustle. It'll eat you alive if you let it. Not that I'm complaining.
The Penguin, streaming exclusively on Max.
The NHL Global Series will open the season for the NHL in Prague this weekend. The Devils left Sunday night. They landed Monday morning in Prague, and they went straight to the rink, got on the ice, all in preparation to get ready to face the Buffalo Sabres on Friday and Saturday. Sheldon Keefe's crewless here from some of the Devils about what it means to play overseas.
I think it's a great opportunity for European players to play in front of their families and friends, and you know, we're very happy that the event's happening here in Czech. For for us, for people here in Czechia, they love hockey, so this is a great event, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
In Tampa was, like I said, the trip to Stockholm was big for us. We had some dinners together, we had some fun, and it translated on the ice, and we play great. So we need to do a little bit similar. Just we have some new faces in our team. It would be great to get to know each other a little bit better, and we have that time and opportunity this week. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna have some fun, but also it's a business trip.
This is what we've been building towards, and we knew it was going to come quickly. Seems like really just yesterday we were starting camp, and I think today's practice, for a lot of our guys, it's either their 6th or 7th practice. Through the preseason, like you say, we didn't get the results that we wanted. I've been talking about and really seeking daily improvement from our team, and in the areas that we've emphasized, we have seen improvement, and I'm happy with that. And then now coming here gives us an opportunity to turn the page a little bit and look to put everything together, and hope that the process that we put forth through the preseason and training camp, will come together and be one that's ready to go.
All right, some of the thoughts from Sheldon Keefe, new head coach of the New Jersey Devils. Brendan Burke, Jody Shelley. And Jody, you went through something similar a couple of years ago with the Columbus Blue Jackets. What kind of experience are these guys getting, Brendan?
It's incredible. The NHL, any event they do is just magnificent. But when you go overseas, different cultures. We were in Finland. You get off the plane, you saw the images of the guys squinting their eyes. They're kind of like, where am I? What are we a part of here? Then the language is different, but I love how the guys from the native countries, so Palat here from Prague in that area, he wants to show it off. It's got great history. All I've heard, I've never been to Prague, but I've heard great things about it. That rink that they're skating in, I guess it was freezing in that rink today, and seeing the guys dress and drive, meaning go to the one rink, put their equipment on, get on the bus. Those are things you all do together, and it brings you back to kind of your childhood. So the cold rink, the dress and drive, dinners together, and then guys from that culture or that area showing it off all together. Plus there's a hockey game to play or two that have points at stake. So it's really a great way to kind of, you hear about camps, guys getting to camp and get together, and that's a true camp. And I think it's special for the guys that have been there, plus some of the prospects that are not here tonight, that kind of on that bubble will get to experience. So it's tremendous, and it's a great way to start the season.
A lot of coaches talk about they like a good long road trip early on in the season, get the guys together, especially for the Devils, right? You think new head coach Sheldon Keefe, bunch of newcomers coming in, trying to acclimate themselves. This could be something that helps them get off on a positive start.
I think so too. And think about the Sabres. That's one thing they've struggled with the past few years is their start. So that's who the Devils are going to be playing. Look at all the new faces there, and you look at some of the players that have moved on. The guys that they've added, Dylan has size, Cotter's got that bite, Keefe is the head coach, Markstrom the goaltender. I mean, every team talks about goaltending, but for the Devils now and them being over there in Prague, and then that mentality of being together, you talk about the long road trip, what do? I mean, you travel with the team, you just live off an itinerary. Yep. What time the bus is. For the players, the meals are planned. You're just kind of in a hotel. You're just with hockey. They play video games. They go out dinners. They have some fun. Yeah, it's a great way to get to really know your teammates and who you're working with.
So those new guys won't feel new after the opening weekend of the series of the season. Friday and Saturday are the two games. It's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time. Friday night over there, but Friday afternoon here, and then an afternoon game local time on Saturday, 10 a.m. Those are the first two games of the NHL's regular season between the Sabres and the New Jersey Devils. We've had a rough start to this one. Big hits, couple of fights, 1-1 score after one. Devils, Rangers, preseason action tonight in New York City.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th with exclusive savings just for Prime members. You'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Everything you want
is right here.
There is murder.
Monsters.
In the God of Mischief.
Journeys?
Yokes. And Jedi.
There's family.
And superheroes. There's power.
Fashion.
And deception. There's destiny. And fantasies.
Friends.
And icons. And a lot of dragons.
Dragons. Dragons!
This is the next
Big thing.
Join our families. The three of us united at last. This is the greatest team ever.
The Disney Plus Hulu Max Bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month.
This is the barn where all the livestock was being kept, but I don't know how to fix it.
We've had bears right outside the front door.
Living so close to the volcano created incredible difficulties.
I can't walk away. We put everything into this.
It takes work to get it done. For those that can do it and succeed, the price of freedom is worth it.
Homestead Rescue. New season starts Sunday, October 27th, only on Discovery.
October Baseball on TBS.
Power is not given, it's taken. In October, nobody's gonna hand you anything. Not without a fight. Step up and call your shot.
This place is electric. Power-packed postseason baseball.
Show me what it feels like.
We are back. Happy Hockey New Year.
You may want to buckle up. Come on, guys. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Oh, what a hit.
Holy jumping.
Wow. You talk about a guy that's feeling it right now. Get back out of here. Go. Hey, that's playing fast. Lots of talking here tonight.
You talk about awesomeness. It's right here, folks. This place is going to explode.
NHL on TNT.
I'm jazzed up, ready to go.
We honor the memories of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Whether it was on the ice or in the community, if you were fortunate enough to cross paths with the Gaudreau brothers, you were better for it. Johnny earned the nickname Johnny Hockey for his goals, assists, and electrifying rushes. But what truly made him special is how he touched people off the ice. As a friend, teammate, husband, father, and brother. Together, Johnny and Matthew shared a deep devotion to our game and to each other, as theirs was an inseparable bond as brothers, friends, and teammates. They proved time and again what matters most in the game of hockey and in life isn't measured by inches or pounds, but by character, heart, and passion.
Just absolutely heartbreaking news weeks before the start of NHL training camps and the loss of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. And obviously the hockey world mourning them, but focused really in two places, in Calgary, where Johnny used to play, and in Columbus, the organization and the community you're a part of.
Yeah, it's hard to watch that and think that these guys are gone. You know, just unthinkable to think of the impact. And you know, his dad and his mom. His dad is just a true hockey dad, and you think of the young families they left behind. You know, I get to see the Blue Jackets players, and there's a void there. You know, Johnny's jersey is in the locker room this season for every game. It's getting hung up. It's going to go on the road. Guys that used to pick him up to go to the rink. I mean, they are grieving right now all around the hockey world. But you're right, Columbus and in Calgary, the friends, the brothers, the wives, you know, the kids. It's a massive loss, and it's still heartbreaking, and it will be forever.
Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau certainly gone way too soon, but not forgotten by the hockey community all around the NHL and beyond.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up. When all eyes are on you, my eyes are glued to the game. Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
At last, it's here.
Hello, bakers.
My beautiful creation, the Halloween Baking Championship.
Let's experiment.
Evil masterpieces.
That looks like a nightmare, but eats like a dream.
Will be unleashed into the world.
Am I missing a finger? It is the stuff of nightmares.
It's mad, I tell you. Mad! For science! All new Halloween Baking Championship, Monday night at 9 on Food Network. Stream on Discovery Plus and Max.
It's just so amazing to be in her presence. This is what happiness feels like. But if she doesn't turn out to be who I think she is, it will devastate me.
Sunday.
I don't see the issue with you being alone with me.
Because I am a man. I have blood running all over me. You understand?
Now that I know that you see me as too much of a temptation by staying with me in the room shows me that you're just not ready for me.
Before the 90 Days, all new, Sunday at 8 on TLC.
Can you take a quick look at my face?
Based on Junji Ito's spine-tingling manga comes the all-new limited series, Uzumaki. New episodes Saturday at 12:30 on Adult Swim. Next day on Max. Retta is off to find the
horrifying, dear God, help us.
houses in America.
What's behind the door?
It's pretty creepy. Scariest House in America. Series premiere Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
We are back. Happy Hockey New Year.
You may want to buckle up.
Come on, guys. Yeah, baby. Here we go.
Oh, what a hit.
Holy jumping.
Wow. You talk about a guy that's feeling it right now.
Right back at it here. Go. Hey, that's playing fast. Lots of talking here tonight.
You talk about awesomeness. It's right here, folks. This place is going to explode.
NHL on TNT.
I'm jazzed up, ready to go.
Welcome back to the NHL on TNT. After 20 minutes, it certainly looks like these Devils prospects came to play tonight at Madison Square Garden. I'll tell you what, though, one of the cooler stories coming out of New Jersey's camp this preseason is 20-year-old Seamus Casey, who was expected to be with the Utica Comets as their #1 defenseman at this point. Instead, he's overseas in Prague after making the 27-man roster. I asked Kevin Dineen earlier today what made him pop this September. He said, you know what, Jackie, I watched him skate a few times, in July. The increase, the jump that he's taken from July to now is undeniable. He said the biggest thing that stood out, though, was his defensive game. He said we all know he can create offense, but it was his defensive game that was undeniable. Jody, Brendan, it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. Be so good they can't ignore you. It sounds like that's exactly what Seamus Casey did this September.
Yeah, I mean, you get an opportunity and you get noticed. And, of course, every player here wanted to go to Prague. But to see a guy like that go, boy, he's got to have a boost of confidence, too, walking into this season.
Well, it's been a remade defense core for the Devils. Brendan Smith is out. John Marino is out. Kevin Ball traded to Calgary, but they bring in Brett Pesce. They bring in Brendan Dillon. Bring in Jonathan Kovacevic, but then you get some opportunity because of injuries. You get a healthy Dougie Hamilton back, which should certainly help the Devils. Jonas Siegenthaler missed chunks of last year, but now they've got Seamus Casey. Luke Hughes is out, so there's opportunities there for some Devils defensemen like Seamus Casey.
I mean, you think about youth and playing that position and standing out for the Devils, who I think, and that's a pretty deep core when you're talking about picking up those players and getting Hamilton back healthy. So a lot to learn from there, and what an experience he's probably having his first 48 hours in Prague.
We do have word from the New York Rangers. Artemi Panarin, lower body injury, will not return to this game. He played just 4 shifts, 2.5 minutes of ice time before he went to the locker room tonight.
And hopefully it's just extra caution. It's preseason. You got a week, just over a week till the season starts, the regular season. That's where, you know, he's played 82 games the past 2 seasons, Brendan. I mean, this is a guy that doesn't miss hockey. And he's a huge, I mean, it's a huge part of what we see on the ice, but also in the locker room. You know, I saw Artemi in Columbus. He has the joy. He brings the spirit to the game, and that's a huge part of what the Rangers need here to start the season. So we hope he's okay.
So Panarin is off the ice. The Rangers have one more preseason game on Friday, and then they open the regular season 1 week from tomorrow right here on TNT in Pittsburgh against the Penguins.
Well, Laviolette did tell us before the game that he was going to dress a full lineup.
Yeah. So we'll see. Friday to be a dress rehearsal against the New York Islanders, who are playing on the same thing.
It's getting real here quick. I mean, you talk about those games in Prague. That's the start of the National Hockey League regular season. It's upon us here this week.
We're just getting started here tonight as well. We've got a preseason doubleheader for you coming up after this one. Our guys Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Brian Boucher are in Vegas for a little Avalanche Golden Knights preseason.
2 great cities to start.
How about that?
You know?
Yep.
We'll take New York. Those guys, I'm sure they're enjoying Vegas.
I'm fortunate enough to get both. I've got the opener in Vegas next Wednesday.
Oh!
Yeah. We'll dust off Darren Pang for that one.
How about the weather here today? Like, it's a perfect October 1st day. I mean, just, you think you need a sweater, but no. Take it off halfway through the day.
Here's Capo Caco looking to create. Sent to the slot, and Brodzinski denied by Isaac Poulter. No goaltending changes from that first period. Still Poulter and Shesterkin in the nets. Brodzinski rifles it off the glass. Good look from out high, and a quick release just snapped it over the bar. Here's Kevin LeBanc. Local kid. LeBanc trying to send it in the front. From Staten Island. It's Van de Leest. Bertuzzi, and this will send Dion chasing in his own end. Well, Cooley put the body on him. Carryover penalties to Hardman and Carrick, serving 5-minute fighting majors that they were assessed late in that first period, so they are both in the penalty box, but we play 5 aside, and we get a whistle here on an icing.
A little more poise here for the Rangers to start this second period, and going to spread out the offensive zone. This is the attack here. Kako's going to make the play, and there's the shot in the middle of the ice from Brodzinski. You can see how wide they are on the wall, controlling things in the offensive zone, moving that puck around and getting the retrievals. I thought it was a little scrambly for the Rangers in that first period. And that's to be understood. They looked at the lineup. They thought it was going to be, weren't sure what it was going to be tonight, and the Devils came straight at them. And play with that enthusiasm Kevin Dineen had talked about in that interview with Jackie.
And the Least, who's already been in the fight tonight, it will force that one down into the corner for Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi knocked down to his knees. Jones wrestling there with Dylan Wendt. That pass deflected, but still got through for Brennan Hoffman. Hoffman 16th overall pick in 2021. A little taste of the NHL last year with the Rangers. Throwing his body around. Off the puck towards Cooley. Sent behind the net. A little backhand feed from Drew. Got through. It's Bertuzzi. Outlets on right side. Dylan Wendt out of Western Michigan will dump this one in. Sturkin will leave it for Keandre Miller. There's a drop for Brodzinski. Not shy about shooting tonight. Testing Poulter. There's another shot that comes in wide from Miller. Schneider. Stutter step. Sent around towards Brodzinski. Chased after by Zaboral. They work it to an open Schneider. His shot through traffic. Trickles through the front of the net. And collected by Schmelzer on the other side. And Schmelzer was pinned. Rempe had it and lost it. A collision there between a couple of Devils as Missoul had a tough time with it. Puck stays in the offensive zone for the Rangers. Schneider for Miller.
Lots of traffic in front here.
Toss it down amongst the trees.
That's 6'8", 6'7" down there.
Work it over here. Schneider to the net with a shot and a glove save from Poulter. Oh, lots of good work around the offensive zone for the New York Rangers.
Yeah, and Schneider, big part of the future here and the now for the New York Rangers. Young defenseman. You can see heads-up player, knows his options. Really had a great shift. He knows he's got big bodies in front. Can you see Poulter? No. He found that puck, and this was the end of the shift. You can see Schneider, his ability to move, his ability to read what's available. And there he was on his offside, switched with Miller there, and took it down the wall. He's having a good time down there on the bench. It's an excellent shift for him and Miller.
Got himself a new 2-year contract during the offseason. It's a guy that's only missed one game the last 2 seasons. Played in all 82 last year in the 16 playoff games.
Only his 4th year. He's only 23 years old. I mean, this is a guy that, you know, expectations are going to be high. But, you know, the key was Miller and Schneider kept that puck in the zone. That allowed Rempe and Edstrom to stand in front and able to occupy that. Otherwise, you're just skating out as a forward and skating back in. So that's what that made that an effective shift.
Panarin was looking for Trocheck. The opportunity is for Brett Berard to play in Panarin's spot here, at least for the moment. On the reverse. Will McKinnon has some time and space. The Bears pass deflected all the way through. Connor Mackey will go get it for the Rangers. 21 shots on goal already for the New York Rangers. The only goal from Capo Caco with a 6:41 mark on the first. A deflected shot. Zach Jones took the initial shot. This one dropped off in the Rangers slot. Eventually, we got another fight here behind the play. Blowing down Nathan Laguerre and Connor Mackey. And Mackey getting the better of him right now. There's been some intensity. And guys trying to make a name for themselves. 3 fights in the game, and we're just getting started.
Oh, Mackey had an opportunity to play up on the lineup a couple games ago, and here he is getting involved physically in the defensive zone. Yeah, he looked upset there towards the midway through that fight. He was not going to let the tides turn. He's getting a look at it here at Madison Square Garden. You see that sticks in the way. That's never fun as they get it out of the way. There, that's when he wasn't going to let him up. We've seen a few here. Devils, Rangers. I mean, off the top, Brendan, I think, didn't I say, I'm not sure we're going to have fireworks? Yeah. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, you should be sure.
Come on, it's a Tuesday in October.
You can see Kevin Dineen thought there was a high sticking penalty prior that was not called.
He wanted the icing called.
Oh, okay.
Because that was a delayed icing, and that's what he's pointing at. It should be down in the offensive zone, but the fight started before the puck went over the line, so I guess it's where the puck was.
Still 5-on-5 as Zach Jones taking it around the net. Trying to fling it to the front. It was right in the boots of Jackson Van de Leest, and then back on net, covered up by Isaac Poulter.
Great save by Poulter, and this is Edstrom reaching around the defenseman. He's got the advantage here. He's looking at the puck. Edstrom, big man in front. 84, he's going to spin around. He sees that puck and uses that long reach just to deflect it, change the directions in on Poulter. But he's been sharp tonight, and last night, a young goaltender who went the distance and
Familiar
got
name.
the win. Yeah, familiar Devils legend name.
Jeremy Brodeur, 29 saves in the win for the New Jersey Devils last night. The son of legend Martin Brodeur. Edstrom gets his own rebound and scores on the backhand. What a nice play for the big man, Adam Edstrom, to give the Rangers the lead.
You know, they liked this player last year. He came up and played a handful of games. Him and Rempe were on a line, and he's been noticeable here. We saw him on the power play, on that second unit, down in front. He's taking up space in front of the net, and here you saw his soft hands earlier on a play, that last deflection play, but there to pick up that puck, settle it down, and then follow up with the second opportunity. And here he's going to have to settle that down somehow. See, off the skates, then he collects it, gets one opportunity. That puck is just bouncing around there. Looks like a popcorn kernel popping, and he found it and put it in the back of the net.
Third goal in 4 preseason games for Adam Edstrom. 23-year-old Swede. Played his first 11 NHL games last season. Scored a couple of goals, including goal his NHL debut.
You can tell Laviolette has really liked this player in camp when we talked to him today. He's gotten stronger. He's in better shape. You know, all the thing. When a coach points a player out like that, you can tell Laviolette likes having him in the lineup, and why not? Size. There's a lot more size coming back in the National Hockey League, it seems.
Let's bring in Jackie Redmond. Jackie?
Yeah, Berkey, I asked Peter earlier who popped in preseason for him. He said a lot of players, but he said 6'7", not just because of his size, because of some of the things that you guys just mentioned. He's big, but clearly having an impact here in the preseason, so much so that was the first player Laviolette talked about.
Yeah, were you impressed with how he was talking about him, Jackie?
That shot from McKinnon deflected away.
I lost her. The cutter Mike.
That's so serious. There's a nice little drop pass right down the lane. Went had a look on the setup from Malone, and the Devils nearly came right back and tied it again.
Yeah, they're not going to go away, and there's some holes in the middle of the ice here. For Tuesday with the pass, yeah.
Everybody, this is Rachel. This is everybody. If you remember my brother Ron.
Oh, no, no, no.
Friends, stream the entire series exclusively on Max.
So unforgettable, more than incredible, more than a metaphor, more than you ready for.
We are so happy to be here.
I'm undeniable, I'm unbelievable, I'm undefeatable, I'm pretty powerful, so I am unreachable.
Are you not entertained?
If you wanna live,
guaranteed.
you gotta put the time into time.
I'm running to the point. It's the NBA on TNT. America, we glad to have y'all back.
Follow the NHL on social media for behind-the-scenes coverage of the biggest moments, original content with your favorite players, and highlights of the best plays in hockey. View of the Statue of Liberty, which is in New Jersey, but the video is coming from New York City. That's how close they are, right?
That's
a rivalry. 14 miles between the two.
14 miles.
If the buildings were tall enough, you could see the buildings from each other.
That's right. And it's always an easy ride from the Prudential Center downtown to Madison Square Gardens.
Long State train.
Exactly.
Don't drive.
I think it's 15 on the train, 15 minutes, maybe 20.
And somewhere between a half hour and 3 hours if you drive.
Those tunnels, they'll get you from time to time.
And the release pass goes sailing on through, and it'll turn into an icing and a face-off coming down near Isaac Poulter. You love stories like Isaac Poulter, right? He's 23 years old, undrafted from Winnipeg. He played 4 seasons in the Western Hockey League with Swift Current and started his professional career without an NHL contract. Was playing on a two-way ECHL AHL contract just a couple of seasons ago. Last year, because of some of the goaltending issues and because of how well he played, he actually earned an NHL contract mid-year in February and was called up and actually backed up a couple of times. Never got into a game, but from an ECHL AHL player to an NHL contract, he certainly put himself on the organizational depth chart for the Devils.
It's incredible. You know, I played in the East Coast Hockey League, and you could not feel further from the National Hockey League when you're down there. And you were in the East Coast Hockey League.
Yeah. Wheeling, West Virginia.
I was in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Yeah. And you know, you don't feel a part of it, but then you get an opportunity or you see one. I found it when guys that I knew got called up. I mean, like, wow, maybe we're not that far. Same thing in the American Hockey League. You know, you're sitting next to a guy one day in practice, and maybe that night he's on national television playing for the big club, and you're like, wait a second, maybe there's a chance for me. So that's a great story in Poulter, the netminder here tonight.
Rempe will work it ahead. Of course, the third string goalie for the Devils, the icing call here is expected to be Nico Dawes, who's with the team over in Prague. Isaac Poulter will be with him in Utica. And we're talking about the Utica Comets because these players, a lot of them played last night. They're playing tonight. They're going to play Thursday in Philadelphia. And then, oh yeah, you got to go play preseason action in Utica on Friday right after all this. And so Kevin Denise certainly has his hands full. So does the staff. A tip of the cap to really all the equipment staffs during training camp. Damian Parmalee, who's handling a lot of the stuff for the New Jersey Devils. There he is. Parms, longtime Utica Comets equipment manager. That's some heavy lifting this time of year for those guys.
Hey, it's a different animal in the minors. I mean, it's bus trips. I think they hang the guys' equipment now, too, don't they?
Yeah, sometimes the radio guys help out with that too, Jody.
Yeah, it used to be the players would do it in the American Hockey League. We'd get off the bus at 4 in the morning, take our wet gear in, and then hang it up. But now these guys, they treat these guys so well. They treat the players so well in the American Hockey League. Hang their equipment, and it's a thrill for these guys too. I mean, he's in Utica all year, but now he's been around Devils training camp, and here he is working the game with the coaching staff at Madison Square Garden.
The Rangers on the attack, cut off by Schmelzer. Sent ahead and taken by Hallander. His pass for Perron. Xavier Perron trying to return it to Hallander. Never quite got there. He took an awkward spill into the boards there, but the puck's still there, and he gets up with it. Couldn't get it to McKinnon. Malofsky's shot, that one sailed wide. Alexis Lafreniere will bang it back behind the Ranger net. Rangers with a 2-1 lead in this one. As Dion brings it around, stolen away by Lafreniere. Gerard had it and lost it. And now the Devils start the charge. Hardman slips it, gets to it, centering feed into the skates of LeBanc. He got the shot away. It's off the heel of the glove of Shesterkin, and he'll play it all the way out of the zone himself from an E. Well, Kevin LeBanc, you know, he's a threat. Scored plenty of goals in the NHL, but turned into a healthy scratch last year for San Jose. And now trying to earn himself an NHL contract on a tryout deal here.
He had a big contract there. He's got a wicked shot.
There he is, following up his own shot and pushed it into the net. And they've called it a goal. It's 2-2.
You can see by Igor Shesterkin's reaction there as he looked at the ref. He thought it was maybe batted in with the hand of LeBanc. He's got a good hard shot. He scored last night in the Rangers-Devils game, and he's a player looking to find a little consistency on a PTO with the Devils. He's going to get this puck with speed. You can see he's asking for it in the middle of the ice. He's got the space. The defense are too far back. LeBanc's got the time to get that shot away. You can see Igor says, no, no, no. Igor, it just comes off that glove. Now he's got to stay in that position as he does. You're going to see LeBanc come into the picture here. It looks like it just goes off his elbow.
Kevin deflects it off his arm, but I don't think it's anything intentional. It wasn't the glove.
No, and you can see as Ruhwedel and LeBanc were swiping at it, the puck popped out right off LeBanc. You can't bat it in with your hand, but that was just a deflection off of his forehand. And Brendan, we're tied up again.
How about that? And it's two guys for the Devils on tryout contracts that have scored the goals. Zaboral in the first and now LeBanc here in the second. And Rempe takes the face off. Devils control it and gave it away. Keandre Miller sends it in, took a bounce. And release sends it ahead. And there's a foot race. Dylan Wynn tracked down by Keandre Miller, who left the puck. Malone centers and is pushed wide by Bertuzzi. Chance for Rempe to clear. Second try doesn't get out. Comes for Miller. Hoffman. Drop pass. Miller. Wrist shot off the backboards. Poulter will swipe it away. There's a heavy body check. Rempe takes down Walensky. To the line, Miller. Now Bronzinski rotates for Mancini. A wrist shot through the screen from Rempe. Poulter the save and the cover. There is Victor Mancini again. Isaac Poulter. It's a heavy workload. 25 shots through half a hockey game.
Mancini, you know, he was out there just a shift ago with Miller, and here's Miller going behind the net. He's looking for the reversal, and the young defenseman just didn't read off him, and that's the advantage of having a regular D partner, or that communication. Mancini, a young player, and he's just trying to make sure the front of the net is protected. And so Miller, as he was drawing the attention behind the net, reverse play, which is a great play to get away from pressure. Mancini wasn't there. Then he followed up with a great shot at the end of that play. But those are the little nuances that good D partners and players that spend a lot of time together and have chemistry. It's seamless.
Quick face-off win sends Schneider. This one played off the glass and out. Igor Shesterkin just got a new stick from the bench during that last little break in the action. And so it's interesting. You're right about the halfway point of the second game. If anybody was going to switch goalies halfway through, that would have been a perfect opportunity to do it. But you would think at least these guys are going to finish the second period. We'll see about the third.
They used to see that a lot, right? Goalies come in halfway through the period, but now you almost think like that intermission is an important part of the warm-up for that goalie coming in, the next goaltender.
NHL Breakaway lets you collect highlights from your favorite players and teams with these officially licensed digital collectibles. NHL Breakaway. Make history yours.
Brendan Burke, Jody Shelley, Jackie Redmond with you this evening from Madison Square Garden. Devils Rangers preseason till first game of our doubleheader tonight. Vegas and Colorado coming up after this one. A preview of opening night a week from tomorrow on the NHL on TNT. Hallinan knocked off balance, stays with it, makes the pass on for Schmelzer. Schmelzer's pass gets through all the way. And it's taken by Schneider. Penalty boxes are finally empty. They keep periodically getting filled up with combatants.
Lots of time left. What have we had? 3 fights?
3 fights.
Good first half of this game, and both goaltenders, of course, Igor Shesterkin, he got tested early. A couple breakaways or broken plays in on him, and he's had some quiet moments as well. And then Poulter, boy, he's had to deal with some big bodies in front of him, but he's finding ways to keep that puck out of the net, and they're playing well in front of him to clear pucks as well.
It's all added up to a 2-2 tie here tonight. Two teams played last night, a 3-1 win for New Jersey against a much different Ranger line. This Utica Devils team, Utica Comets, New Jersey Devils team is playing strong.
Yeah, they are.
Hanging with them. We were talking to Kevin Denier earlier. He said it's not exactly U.S. against the Russians in 1980, but, you know, there's an underdog mentality for his team coming in.
I love this, the way he was painting the picture as the guys came in the building of just admiring being at Madison Square Garden and getting to play against the New York Rangers. So he made sure he was going to ask the guys to work hard, but also enjoy this experience they're going to have, because we just showed the schedule. It'll be a preseason game in Utica in just a couple days, and here they are going nose to nose with the Rangers.
Bank delays, and his shot gloved by Shesterkin. That time a clean look for Kevin LeBanc, and Igor Shesterkin flashes the leather. keeps the score locked up at 2. LeBanc was the one who tied it at 2. Almost put the Devils on top. Strong save from Schuster.
Walmart Plus. It's Walmart plus free delivery. Because cooking food is a lot more fun than shopping for it. It's Walmart plus an included Paramount Plus subscription to stream Dora, so your daughter can learn Espanol.
Delicioso.
Plus, you get 25% off at Burger King. And that's 25% more savings to put towards things you need, like napkins.
Delicioso.
Our thoughts exactly. Basically, it's Walmart plus more ways to save. Walmart Plus. It's Walmart Plus.
The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed. That's what they hire guys like me for.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I'm an acquired taste.
You've really moved up in the world.
America's a hustle. It'll eat you alive if you let it. Not that I'm complaining.
The Penguin, streaming exclusively on Max.
All right, how about this Edstrom kid? 3 goals in 2 rookie games, another 3 here in the preseason. What is it about his game that's allowed him to sort of pop off and find some success this preseason?
Well, he played really well for us last year when we called him up. He's a real big guy that skates really well. His reach is really good. Like on that goal, he takes the first shot, but he's got that reach to get the rebound and put in the second shot. Came into camp in really good shape. Went to the 2 rookie games. Like you said, he had a real good camp down there. Came into our camp and did the exact same thing. So you can tell it's training camp. Guys are fighting for spots. He's making himself real noticeable.
You ever seen 3 fights in a preseason game before?
Back in the day, they used to be about 6 or 7, but hey, guys are fighting for spots. Like literally, they're doing whatever they can to make a good impression. Both teams. So New Jersey brings in a young squad. They're playing hard. Our guys are trying to make a good showing as well.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Jack.
All right, thanks to Peter Laviolette. You probably had 3 preseason fights in 1 game before you.
I tell you, I used to fight until the general manager, Doug McLean, and 1 year it was Barry Trotz when I was in Portland, come down and say, all right, Jody, that's enough fighting. Show us if you can do anything else. Well, I would go and score some goals, but it's interesting. The competition for depth and spots. Now, there's players that are watching tonight who think they have the 4th line spot or contractually have that spot locked down, but you still get a little nervous when you see a young player come up like Edstrom and have a couple goals and have a good camp and read his name in the paper and hear the coach praise him. You raise your level to more practice if you're one of those players that's watching today. And I remember that feeling. It's an uneasy feeling, and when you're a part of a team that has that depth, that's when you get that true competition that organizations want.
Well, there's not necessarily open spots everywhere, right? But there is a list of players that are going to be the guys they call when a spot opens. And guys like Edstrom, who doesn't need waivers, and that might factor into why he wouldn't start the season. Right. As we get a penalty upcoming here against the Rangers. You want to be on that top of that list for that first phone call when they need somebody.
Well, now the pressure's on me. If I know, okay, I'm going to make the team, but this player's played really well. He's probably just going down because of numbers. If I don't have a good start, or if I get injured, I can see my spot on that 4th or 3rd line change a lot.
The first power play of the game coming for the New Jersey Devils here.
That's
New York, number 39, 2-minute minor penalty for tripping.
He's going one way. Good speed going the other way against the grain. He's just trying to reach out and get a piece of him. He's F1 in that forecheck. His job is to steer that either way. And there, he didn't quite do his job, tried to make up for it. Now he's in the penalty box. So, sure Kevin Dineen's got drawn up here for this power play.
It is LeBanc, Hallinan, Schmelzer, Perrant, and Walensky on the ice for New Jersey. And here here for Hallinan. Hallinan's pass deflected into the slot and cleared away by Bronzinski. So Carrick for tripping, first power play of the night for New Jersey.
On Hallinan here, he's got a really good shot. So does LeBanc. We talked about that earlier. He's got a goal off his forearm, but the shot started it.
LeBanc with the look and a shot by Perron was stopped in front by Shesterkin and just missed that open net behind him. Handled back by Andy Welinski. 46 career NHL games. Now it's Perron. Xavier Perron changing sides of the ice. Schmelzer just couldn't quite get the handle on it. It's cleared right into the Devils bench, and that'll keep the face-off in the Rangers zone.
There's play in the middle of the ice. The Devils, you can see the curl up here. Look at all the time and space in the middle of the ice. All 4 Ranger jerseys down low on LeBanc. Trying to get that puck quickly and get that, not allow them to get set up, but they're get a little bit over aggressive down low. And the Devils get a really good chance in the middle of the ice.
Chance for Xavier Perron, who last year played the full season in Utica after spending most of the year before in ECHL with Adirondack. One out near the line, kept in. Way down towards the Boral. Boral, Molovsky, both there for New Jersey. Molovsky couldn't get his stick free, and Chad Ruedel overpowered him and then took a look over his shoulder to make sure the ref didn't call him for anything.
Yeah. Ruedel, they're just a real strong stick. You know, that happens. You put all your leverage into the stick, and your opponent's stick is so strong, you actually end up dumping yourself.
It's kind of funny. Sometimes you give a little glance to see if the ref called it. He literally looked straight over his shoulder. It was like, we're good here, right?
Right. That wasn't my fault. He actually did that himself.
Just a strength play from Chad Ruedel. Just ties him up and then gets rid of the bucket. Yep. Nope, we're good.
He might have tripped over his own stick there, Molovsky. That is a good shoulder check.
Half a minute to go on the power play for New Jersey. It'll be Hardman to carry it in. Trying to rim it around, got stuck there. Miscule for Zabora, walks in, shot it into traffic. Chance for Hardman, can't collect it, and it's cleared out by the Rangers.
Great poise there by the Devils power play, and it's, you know, try to create the 2-on-1s, hit the open man, take the simple shot. Very fundamental power play there, but against the Rangers penalty kill, they have them second guessing.
Carrick released from the box, and he quickly sets up Cooley. Bring it into the Devil zone. Go Cooley. Dion. Knocked down, able to make the play. Bear. Kept in by Zach Jones. Bronzinski trying to go behind his back, and that was just figured out. Now they stretch it ahead for LeBerge. From an angle with a shot. It's down to wide. Gonna go short side on Shesterkin. Berge, quick pass into the skates of Laguerre. Couldn't get it to his stick, and now the Rangers counter. Bronzinski and Carrick up ahead. Try to split the defense. It's Dion. Takes it away for New Jersey. That pass slowed up. Carrick able to keep it in. Hoffman snaps one into the crest of the jersey on Isaac Poulter. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the second period. Well, we've had plenty of fights here at the Garden, including some famous ones. These ones maybe not as recognizable names, but still 3 fights tonight. Devils, Rangers in preseason action. Score's tied at 2.
When you grew up, what was this building?
This is the barn where all the livestock was being kept. It's something that my dad kept going, and I don't know how to fix it.
We've had bears right outside the front door. We've even had them under the house.
Living so close to the volcano has created incredible difficulties.
Freestanding water filled with gators.
I can't walk away. We put everything into this.
It takes work to get it done.
Our #1 mission, give these homesteaders the skills and the tools to survive long after we're gone.
It feels empowering. Now you are living your dream again.
I can't tell if this is real or not.
That's what we do.
help people make dreams come true.
Homestead Rescue. New season starts Sunday, October 20th. Only on Discovery.
The NHL season begins with the NHLN Global Series featuring the NHL Devils and Sabres at 1 p.m. on Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday morning. Then next Tuesday, 4:30 p.m., Blues and Kraken play, followed by a showdown between the Bruins and Panthers. Catch both of those games on ESPN. Igor Shesterkin is the big question mark for the Rangers. Not this season. Next season is the question. He is due a significant raise from the $5.7 million he will be paid to play this year.
Underpaid. You know, you think of Nate McKinnon a couple of years ago before he signed that contract. Very team friendly. Yeah, he's going to make a considerable amount more in his next contract. He knows that the cap's going to go up. I don't think he's in a rush. I'm sure the Rangers would like to get him locked up, but he's got some time to play.
More than likely will become the highest paid goaltender ever. Carey Price currently at $10.5 million has that record, if you will.
Remember when Bobrovsky had that big deal, $10 million a year in Florida? You know, how are you going to deal with that? There was talks of moving him, and then he takes his team all the way deep in the playoffs, and then wins the Stanley Cup. You know, so that $10 million made sense 2 years ago, and then this year especially. So it's one of those things that, sometimes in the regular season you might try to think that teams have to work their way around it, but these are talents that are at the top of the world.
The reality is for Shesterkin, who will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season, somebody's going to pay him. If it's not the Rangers, somebody will. So no doubt they would like to get it worked out here, but if you test the open market. Meanwhile, Mancini continues to make a name for himself as he blows one past Poulter. Victor Mancini has turned a few heads already. That time, he just rips it off the bar and in.
That's a confident play as he's trotting across the blue line here in the offensive zone. Like a little bit of confusion. He's going to pick up the puck right here. See how his skates are outside the blue line? It gives him a little more space to make that move. And when you're the last guy back, you've got to have speed, and you can see that speed create separation from the defender. And now it's just him and Poulter. That's a tough angle, but a perfect shot. The Rangers have regained their lead. Impressive play by the young man. Just a good read. He was in a perfect position to be the option to receive that pass off the wall, too. And then stayed outside the zone, kept his stick in there, and found that shooting lane.
See, last year, just 4 goals at Omaha, Nebraska, and with Nebraska-Omaha, he wound up playing in 40 games. That was his 3rd season. He's turned pro now, and he's got 2 goals in now 4 preseason games here with the Rangers.
And he's a big man. He's 6'3", and I think he surprised the defender at how quick he got across laterally of that blue line.
6'3", 230, too. There's a shot, and they score! Connor Mackey glanced off the shaft of the stick at Poulter. And 2 quick ones have made it 4-2 Rangers.
Well, 2 of the young defensemen they're talking about here for the depth chart and maybe filling in that spot with lingering out, playing with Fox or somewhere in the 6 or 7 D. And Mackey comes out and does his part. Mancini with the previous one, and that one. I heard the pipe. Let's take a better look at this. Great shot. Key to that was the pass. You know, the forward's down low and passes it at the goal line, and Mackey had time to come in as everyone was looking down at the puck. Well, he was at the top of the circle when he let that go.
2 goals in 28 seconds for the Rangers. Looks like it may have gone shaft of the stick, post, and then roof of the net. Either way, look at Mackey. Gotta make sure we don't talk about Mancini for too long.
Right. That's right. He wasn't going to have it. No.
Let's change the conversation here. Mackey, another guy that could get a chance with the Lingman injury, played just 1 NHL game last year. 44 games in American hockey. Well, Mackey's won NHL game against Ottawa. Fights Brady Tkachuk.
And he's a tough customer, too.
Make the most of your time. Minute and a half to go here in the second period. From 2-2 to 4-2 in a hurry. Bo Drew and Zach Jones get the assist. Both of those players have a couple of assists in this game now. Hoffman and Berard get the assists on the Mackey goal. Second assist tonight for Brennan Hoffman as well. As Poulter will cover up this puck before Cooley could poke it loose. Well, the Rangers, who have been not shy about shooting 30 shots on goal through the first two periods, and we're not quite at the intermission yet. And now starting to break through a little bit.
Yeah, and they're a quick strike team, and when you get the scoring from your back end, you know, the forwards have to complement that. It was a great low to high play to Mackey. Traffic in front of the net, we're seeing that all night long, and for Poulter, it hasn't been an easy first two periods, and not just the shot numbers, but what he's had to deal with in front of his net. A couple turnovers. The first goal was a turnover that ended up back at him. But the young defensemen here, Mancini and Mackey, they've created the separation in the scoreboard here, both scoring and both in a pretty good competition on the blue line for the New York Rangers.
Face off in the Devil end. It's won by Ryan Schmelzer. 31-year-old Ryan Schmelzer, from the captain of the Utica Comets. Played 337 AHL games. Still looking for that first game in the NHL.
His first of the preseason
was intercepted. It's taken by Mancini. 45 seconds to go in the period. He'll steer it in. Allen. Long feed. It got by the forecheck of Drew. Van Leest able to move it on for Perron. Twisting around just onside of the blue line. 30 seconds to go. Andrew Weedle.
You talk about Schmelzer, and you've been in the minors. Those guys that have been there a long time. The value they have for the young players. They understand their role. They don't get in the way. Kind of create the culture and help the development of these players. Just a great captain for the Utica Comets, Schmelzer.
High sticking penalty here on tag Bertuzzi, who tried to go for the stick lift and got it up on Chandra Weedle. Check the damage over Weedle. But you're right. You think about guys, the American Hockey League is a developmental league. Yeah. So when you get guys that have played 300 games in the American Hockey League, you know they have value. The entire career professionally of Schmelzer has been in the Devils organization. They value what he brings to their AHL team.
Yeah, that's even more impressive. You know, you see guys that play 300 games, they're bouncing around 6 or 7 teams. But it's the value of the veteran in the American Hockey League, the coaching staff, of course, the organization appreciates it. You'd love to see a guy like that get a couple games in the National Hockey League at some point. But the Rangers late in this one, very late, with a face-off on the power play.
Just 9.5 seconds to work with. Trocheck tied up. Game free. Here's Miller with time. DeAndre Miller looking over his options. He'll just dump it off into the corner. That'll do it for the second period of play. Oh, Devils hung tough with this Ranger team, but then a couple of quick goals for the Rangers have stretched out this to a 2-goal lead at the end of the second period.
Yeah, it was, you know, for the Devils, they came out to start this game with the pace, the intensity, the enthusiasm. You know, sometimes in games that second period, there's lulls. You kind of feel out a little bit. Things get settled in. Felt that at times during this one, except, what was it, 34 seconds? Too quick.
28. Yeah.
28. I exaggerated. 28 seconds, 2 quick goals. But for the Devils now, this young team, they need to go back in the locker room and come out with that enthusiasm in the first period, try to draw power play, and get the next one here at MSG.
We've got another game coming up tonight. We'll take a look at that. Avalanche and Golden Knights. We'll hear from Brian Boucher with Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, wow.
To get us ready for that.
If you're on the fence about getting your degree here at SNHU, you can do it. All it takes is one simple step that can change your life forever.
Start your future today at snhu.edu.
This is the first loose box we've ever seen where the riffles are actually just for show.
We're here, we'll help these guys the best we can, and then we've got other miners to help.
There's double right there.
That changes my life. When it comes to gold, it's location, location, location. The $17 million worth of gold you're possibly standing on right here.
It's better than anything we could have hoped for.
Look at that.
I'm ready to show the world how good I am. The athletes in AEW are pushing the limits of what is capable inside a wrestling ring. In the ring, you have to be in the moment. Give air to the fire. Let it breathe. Kill the fear.
I trained all over the globe, and that's what you're going to see in AEW, a whole different beast.
AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite at 8 on TBS.
Too many projects and insane deadlines sink most renovations.
The project is 3 months past the deadline.
But this is when Allison is at her best.
I love it. I'm just in awe.
Windy City Rehab, all new next Tuesday night at 8 on HGTV.
Everything you want is right here.
There is murder.
Monsters.
In the God of Mischief.
Journeys?
Yokes. And Jedi.
There's family.
And superheroes. There's power.
Fashion.
And deception.
There's destiny.
And fantasies.
Friends.
And icons. And a lot of dragons.
Dragons. Dragons.
This is the next
Big thing.
Join our families. The three of us united at last. This is the greatest team ever.
The Disney Plus Hulu Max Bundle. Plans starting at $16.99 a month.
After we're done here in New York, we're sending you to Ball Arena in Denver for Vegas and Colorado. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Brian Boucher on the call. Brian Boucher chatting it over with Hart Trophy winner Nathan McKinnon.
Nate, first off, congratulations on a great year last year. I know as a team you guys fell short, but individually, the Ted Lindsay Trophy, the Hart Trophy, career year. I'm curious, when you have a year like that, what's your focus in the offseason? How can you possibly get any better than you were last year?
Yeah, honestly, a lot of the work was in season, and like last year and the year before. Honestly, in the offseason, I'm just trying to take some miles off my body at this point. It's my 12th year. I've played a lot of hockey, played over 100 games last season, a lot of minutes. So I have a great team around me, and we figured that training super, super hard wouldn't be the best thing. And it still worked out all the time, but just trying to not as much of a grind as when I was 20, for sure.
This year's team coming into camp, it feels like a different feel around here. There's a lot more competition for jobs. Last year, you guys were pretty much locked in. When you have competition like that, what does it do to the rest of the group as far as creating a culture, potentially helping your team down the road with some new, fresh faces?
It's exciting. We haven't had this in a while, honestly. All these like young guys coming in and fighting for jobs, and guys look great. Obviously, we're going to get some bodies back at some point, but these young guys can establish themselves, as pieces for us. And I'm sure, for them, it's exciting too that there's finally open spots. Usually it's tough with one-way deals. There's not really spots. You say there are, but they're not. So these guys look great, and hopefully we can have a good one tonight.
One guy that's competing for a spot, he'll be on your left side tonight, Nikolai Kovalenko. What do you like about his game, and what do you want to see from him here tonight playing with you?
Yeah, he seems kind of like a Lehkonen type of player, forechecker, hard on the puck, and obviously can make some plays. I've only practiced with him, but he's got a great attitude, and hopefully we get some chemistry tonight.
All right, Nate, appreciate your time. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot.
Well, and 3 of the 4 teams that we're seeing here tonight in preseason are going to be part of opening night of the NHL on TNT starting at 6 p.m. next Wednesday, the 9th of October. Rangers and Penguins in Pittsburgh, and then the Avalanche and Vegas Golden Knights are the nightcap. Looking forward to the start of this one.
We are back. Happy Hockey New Year.
You may want to buckle up. Come on, guys. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Oh, what a hit.
Holy jumping.
Wow. You talk about a guy that's feeling it right now. Get back out of there. Go. Hey, that's playing fast. Lots of talking here tonight.
You talk about awesomeness. It's right here, folks. This place is going to explode.
NHL on TNT.
I'm jazzed up, ready to go.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Okay, ready? One more. 1, 2, and 3. Cute. Not so fast. The general's coming with you.
Mom.
He gave us a break on our car insurance, and he'll look after you, too.
Yep, with flexible payment options for new drivers.
Okay, but why is Shaq coming too?
To show you how it's done.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
The future is threatened by enemies often unpredictable. When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
At last, it's here!
Hello, bakers.
My beautiful creation, the Halloween Baking Championship!
Let's experiment.
Evil masterpieces
That looks like a nightmare, but eats like a dream.
will be unleashed into the world!
Am I missing a finger? It is the stuff of nightmares.
It's mad, I tell you! Mad!
For science!
All new Halloween Baking Championship, Monday night at 9 on Food Network. Stream on Discovery Plus and Max.
Want to feel the power of sports? Then TNT Sports on True TV has you covered.
These players are made for moments like this.
We bring you the games, get you in the know,
The Up and Adam Show is part of TNT Sports on True TV.
and keep you in the middle of the action.
We're the best bet heading into tonight.
And our passion for sports is what makes us fans.
We got to throw some balls.
Just like you. TNT Sports on True TV, your new destination for sports moments. Every night, starting at 6 Eastern.
Imagine if the most exciting, unthinkable, iconic NHL moments could be yours. Well, now they can, because NHL Breakaway lets you collect highlights from your favorite players and teams. Collect a moment, relive a memory, and trade history with these officially licensed digital collectibles. Make history yours with NHL Breakaway.
Adam Edstrom, one of the 4 Ranger goal scorers, his 3rd of the preseason already, making a name for himself, and he's standing by well above our Jackie Reynolds.
My goodness, you really are 6'7". I don't know what you are on skates, but it's been a heck of a preseason for you. What did you do this offseason? Because whatever it is, it's working for your game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good out there. I feel explosive. Done a lot of skating back home too with a couple of NHL guys. So yeah, I feel good.
What impact has Peter Laviolette had on you, in the short time that you've kind of interacted with him and he's been your coach?
I mean, it's been great. I like a coach that's up front, and I feel like he is that, and he takes me under his wing and kind of shows me the way he wants me to play, and so far it's been good.
A lot of veteran players on this squad as well. Is there anyone in particular that you've learned from this preseason?
I mean, just Of course, I talk a lot with Mika since he's a Swede. He's a super nice guy.
Do you guys speak in English or Swedish?
We mix it up, but mostly Swedish. But other than that, I'm just trying to learn from everyone. I mean, there's a bunch of guys that have been around the league for a long time, so I'm just trying to learn every day.
Well, congratulations. You're ripping it up. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Well, the window is open for the New York Rangers, and there are a lot of veteran players that are the core of this roster, but there are some young guys sprinkled in, and they're going to need some of them throughout the season.
Well, it's a key for this team. And you look at the young players that came up last year, including Edstrom. We heard Laviolette talking about him, how he did make an impact in a short period of time. Rempe came up and did that, and there's Edstrom's goal. A big man with soft hands, and you can see these guys putting that puck in the net. Mancini, the way he walked the line there, and put the puck on the far post. You know, you could tell his composure, how he read it. And then Mackey, short time later, he had to answer the bell. So people talk about competition, teams talk about competition, but until you really have it, players that really can fit in and slot in your lineup, it's not real. And I feel like for the Rangers right now, they have real competition.
Oh, we know there's a spot open because of Lindgren's injury and one open because of Vesey's injury. Rangers are opening another spot, didn't open tonight, with Artemi Panarin, who only played 4 shifts in this game before he went to the dressing room. Lower body injury, will not return. We don't know the severity of it, but that's the last thing the Rangers want to deal with.
Absolutely, and this is a guy who's versatile. He played every game the past 2 seasons. He's an impact guy. He's an emotional leader as well, and he brings you out of your seat. And for Artemi Panarin, a superstar coming off a career year, we hope the best. It is the preseason. I know they only have 1 game left, so any inkling of an injury, they would just pull him and say, hey, just relax. Especially, you know, tonight is not an important night for the regular season. So for the Rangers, yeah, they're holding their breath on that one.
They'd like to get him back for Friday, no doubt, for their dress rehearsal, but the timeline really would be Wednesday.
Yeah, it's not critical.
The Pittsburgh Penguins on the opener. We'll have it for you on the NHL on TNT 1 week from tomorrow as we get closer to the NHL regular season. The Devils start on Friday overseas, and that kind of gets us going. We got Friday opener. It comes to North America on Tuesday, TNT on Wednesday, pretty much the rest of the league Thursday. And to be honest, it's a fun time of year.
And then it just heats up every now and then. I love that they're starting overseas. You know, those teams over there now, they're in that camp. We talked about it earlier in the night, where you get over there, you're in a different culture, things are new for everybody, and for the Devils and the Sabres, new old coach in Lindy Ruff. But you know, old things are new, and for the Devils, new things all around. The systems, how they play, some of the players there. So I think that'll be a couple fascinating games to start the season.
Well, we knew there's a rivalry aspect to Devils-Rangers, and we knew with some young guys trying to make an impression, you might get some physicality, and we've certainly seen that so far in this game.
Yeah, preseason hockey, and Laviolette mentioned to Jackie that it was a bit of a throwback. Rempe, you know, you can't practice hitting in the offseason, so here he is getting things going. A couple big collisions. Garrett didn't like that. Well, that's Grew, sorry. Bo Grew stepped up and did what he had to do. There's Carrick. Tough customer, comes in from Anaheim and Edmonton last year to finish the season. This one. Looking for a Gordie Howe hat trick.
I was about to say Connor Mackey is an assist of the Gordie Howe hat trick. So we are looking forward to our third period. We'll see if we have some goaltending changes. It's preseason hockey, so you never know what we're going to see over the final 20 minutes at Madison Square Garden. Rangers and Devils. 4-2 Rangers headed to the third.
Retta is off to find the
horrifying, dear God, help us,
houses in America.
What's behind the door?
It's pretty creepy. Scariest House in America. Series premiere Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
Can you take a quick look at my face?
Based on Junji Ito's spine-tingling manga comes the all-new limited series, Uzumaki. New episodes Saturdays at 12:30 on Adult Swim. Next day on Max.
So unforgettable, more than incredible, more than a metaphor, more than you ready for.
We are so happy to be here.
I'm undeniable, I'm unbelievable, I'm undefeatable, I'm pretty powerful, I'm so high, I'm unreachable.
Are you not entertained?
You gotta put the time into timeless.
Bring it to the
be unforgettable.
It's the NBA on TNT.
America, we're glad to have y'all back.
Everybody, this is Rachel. This is everybody. You remember my brother Ross?
Oh, no.
Friends. Stream the entire series exclusively on Max.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check the weather first before sailing.
It's gonna get nasty later.
Yep.
Hey, perfect day for sailing, huh? Have fun on land.
I'll go tell the Coast Guard. Yep.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Too many projects and insane deadlines sink most renovations.
The project is 3 months past the deadline.
But this is when Allison is at her best.
I love it. I'm just in awe.
Windy City Rehab, all new next Tuesday night at 8 on HGTV.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited.
Welcome back to the NHL on TNT. The Board of Governors meetings took place earlier today right here in New York City. Here are some of the bigger headlines that came out of those meetings. Jeff Vinnick's sale of the Tampa Bay Lightning was approved at a valuation of $1.8 billion. Yeah, big money, and a great job by Jeff Vinnick out in Tampa Bay as an owner there. Elsewhere, the league says it plans to start negotiations with the CBA negotiations after January 1st. And while we're on the topic of the CBA, preliminary cap figures for the 2025-26 season is ballparked around $92.5 million. Finally, Columbus was granted a grace period to reach the salary cap floor. The $2 million bonus paid last summer to the late Johnny Gaudreau is included in the team's overall number. They're about $1.4 million below where they need to be, but the league will give them time to get there if they need it, Brendan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jackie. And we have new goaltenders on both sides of the ice. Dylan Guerin for the New York Rangers. And welcome to the game, Tyler Brennan. Here's a Ranger power play to start the third period.
Yeah, jump right in, and here come the Rangers. Fresh ice. Goaltender, I would say, probably did maybe some cycling and some dynamic warm-up during that break.
Get on the cycle with the goalie pads on. That'd be a second.
We could take him off.
This is played out for Keandre Miller. It's a high sticking penalty that has tagged Bertuzzi in the box as Miller comes to the near side for Brodzinski. Miller with it again. Brodzinski to Miller. Now they'll work it to the other side. Trocheck down low. Capo Kakko. Lafreniere's the one in front of the net. He'll move to the corner. The puck comes to the line. Brodzinski to the slot. Trocheck had it, lost it, got it back. Keeps it moving. Almost halfway through this Ranger power play. Trocheck thought about the one-timer, trying to catch the Devils by surprise. And the pass to Brodzinski was broken up and cleared. Out of play.
So a little feeling out there for the Rangers, moving the puck, getting it to the quiet side of the ice, resetting things up. Then they're trying to get it back on the backside to Kakko. But as Trocheck saw that play in the middle of the ice, you can see just shaking of the head. They didn't execute exactly what they wanted, but it was Trocheck. Yeah, he faked one-time shot and tried to go across the ice. That's a preseason play. You can see by his smile.
Right.
Probably wouldn't try that in game one.
That's a pretty good scoring chance if he just fired it on net.
Yeah. He's trying to give Brodzinski that shot. He's in Panarin's spot over there.
Right.
You gotta like that. Good teammate.
Jones will carry ahead. 40 seconds left on the power play. Stolen away here by Nathan Laguerre. He'll put it right into the mitt of Dylan Guerin. 39 games last year in the AHL with the Hartford Wolfpack. Guerin in his second pro season, this being his third. He's in that now for the Rangers, taking over from Igor Shesterkin, who started and played the first two. Pass in front. Jones just couldn't adjust quickly enough, and now the Devils have a chance to push it shorthanded. 15 seconds to go on the PK. Garrett's shot whistles wide. Kept in. Nice job to jungle that one by Hardman. And he's surrounded by Rangers who regain control just as the penalty Bertuzzi is set to expire. Jersey kills it off as Bertuzzi returns. The Rangers will get their personnel set as Mackey waits it out behind the net. Jones pass deflected. Nearby Mackey. Crew touched on for Rempe. Rempe will stick it in on the backhand. Bouncing into the crease, and it's covered up by Tyler Brennan. 21-year-old netminder getting an opportunity to play an NHL preseason game. Had an injury-riddled first pro season last year, just 13 games in the ECHL with Adirondack. And now an opportunity to play here at Madison Square Garden.
I wonder how nervous he was watching, you know, because you're waiting. Poulter does a good job, holds the fort down, and then you know, you got to wait to get into that third period and stay focused, and probably pretty anxious all night long. Warm-up was a long time ago.
Yes, it was. Comes Bertuzzi. Jeremy Brodeur played the entire game last night. Dangerous hit there. That was Dylan Wendt that took down Chad Ruedel. Now a crowd gathering as Ruedel just now getting back to his feet. He is struggling, putting pressure on that right leg.
Yeah, that was a hard collision into the end boards here for Ruedel. As it looked like he was going to pick up the puck and continue the play. And as he did, it just... You could see there, he went for the battle and actually took out the right leg of Ruedel as he got the stick around, pushed on that front leg, and Ruedel he went down quick and hard and really couldn't defend himself.
It's a 2-minute tripping penalty, which if it was in a different spot of the ice would have just been a regular 2-minute tripping penalty, but with the boards right there and the hard collision that followed, Ruedel still in some pain on the Ranger bench.
Yeah, and Wendt was trying to fight for body position there, planted his stick, and unfortunately twisted up Ruedel, who's still getting attention. So probably a few things that are sore on him right now. You know, hit the ice, hit the boards, and then your legs are in an awkward position.
Rangers back on the power play. Dylan Wendt in the penalty box. Third power play of the night for the Rangers, 0-2 so far. Brodzinski keeps it. Miller. Brodzinski tries to settle down a rocket of a pass, collects it along the boards. Challenged there by Schmelzer. Kako to the far boards for Trocheck. It's in Trocheck for Lafreniere. Finds some space. Lafreniere. Touchdown for Kako. He'll return it. 30 seconds off the power play clock. Kako centering feed, and stopped and cleared, bouncing past Miller. All right, Hellman will give him a run. Miller off balance.
He reached out there and put his hand and pulled down on the hip of Miller and just pulled him off balance.
Trocheck cutting to the slot. This time he shoots and scores. Vincent Trocheck does it himself, a power play goal. It's 5-2 Rangers.
Miller did a great job defensively to escape pressure and then keep his balance. You know, Miller's one of those players now. In his 5th year as a Ranger, he finds the play, and then as Trocheck gets his puck, you can see what he's looking at. He's got a tremendous amount of respect here from the defenders. Backing off, they're outside the dots, they're just kind of swinging their stick at him. And Trocheck, he's a strong player, he's smart. Let's see how he cuts here to the middle. Right here. He knew he was going to hit that gap before it was there. He saw the box was a little bit loose. And remember that pass he tried earlier, that fancy preseason pass to get to Brodzinski? There he just said, hey, with authority, the 5th goal for the Rangers.
First goal of the preseason for Trocheck. Just the 2nd game of the preseason for Trocheck. As Carrick sends it over, the shot by Mancini is blocked up and over the glass. Trocheck, I mean, he didn't pick his head up until the last moment on this shot, if he even looked at all.
Well, you know where the net is, right? I mean, that's one thing. I mean, he knows where he wants to go with it. He's looking off the play. He's looking at the defenders, kind of freezes them back, and that gives them enough space. As he's looking at them, they're thinking, oh, someone's behind me, and then he throws it at the net.
And Brodzinski was cutting to that, too. He was a legitimate threat.
He wants that power play goal.
Yep. Thrown out of play. We can stop at 16:20 to go here in the 3rd. It was a 2-2 score. Devils have never led, but The first 2 goals for the Rangers were answered relatively quickly by the Devils, and then 2 late ones for the Rangers in the second period, and now 1 here to open the third. A little more breathing room for the Rangers. That backhand from Mancini was blocked, and Walensky moves it along for Dylan Wendt. Wendt cut his way through from his knee through the net. Rempe. Walensky came in and picked his pocket. Andy Walensky behind the net on the backhand, centering feed, kicks out to the slot. Bertuzzi tees it up, blocked in front. And we lose the skate blade. Yeah, Sam Carrick lost his skate blade, so he's going to just claw and climb his way and crawl his way to the Ranger bench. Blade's just sitting there inside the Ranger zone in one of the face-off circles. We'll come clean that up as this is forced in by Bo Groom. Bank. Double team down low, gets out of the coverage. There's some Vandelis, cross ice pass. Mission push it in. Chad Ruido out on the ice for the Rangers. This puck comes to Oct.01, so after that hard spill on the boards, Rangers don't need any more bad news on the injury front, so good to see Ruido back out there for the Rangers. They're guilty of icing here.
Rangers with the lead. We'll probably see more of this line out here. Here's Matt Rempe taking a run. You can see the conversation right there. Walensky says something to him. Now Rempe's going to have to be the winger on the wall. The puck's going to come around. Shoulder check. Oh, look who's coming. Didn't play the body, though. He took the puck. That's a veteran move right there. And as a winger on that puck, Rempe's job is to take the hit and make the play. So he was getting sent all in on the hit. But smart play by Walensky there to take that puck and create an offensive zone chance.
Connor Mackey flips it along. Drew down the ice. Rangers in need of a change. They'll be able to get part of one here. Puck grabbed by Trocheck off the bench, and he'll dish off for Lafreniere. Lexi Lafreniere looking back door for either Berard or Trocheck. Sailing clear on through. Kevin LeBanc. Bank gets the ball, the goal scorers for the Devils tonight. While the Rangers have goals from Capo Caco, Adam Edstrom, Victor Mancini, and Connor Mackey, and then the most recent one, the power play goal from Vinny Trocheck. No icing here after the touch by Lafreniere. Close enough to the red line to keep the clock moving. Garris had nowhere to go, so Will McKinnon tried to work it. That shot hit the outside of the net from Miller. Stretch pass for Laguerre, trying to find it on the other side. DeAndre Miller. Tape to tape to Lafreniere, and dump and change for the Rangers. Gerard on the forecheck. McKinnon using the middle of the ice. Laguerre dumps it down, taken by the goaltender Dylan Guerin into the game. Seen a whole lot of work. Capo Caco from an angle. Rips one off the bar and out of play.
Lots of time and space for Caco there coming down the wing. He had his head up. He had his spot picked. Going to take a look at it here on the big screen in New York, but looks like it's right off the iron here, Brendan.
Capo Caco. That close to making it 6-2.
What do people want more of? More, oh yeah. More laughs. More hangouts. More, so good. Yeah, give us more of all that little stuff that makes life so great. But if you're older or have certain health conditions, you also have more risk from flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Vaccines help keep you from getting really sick, and that is huge.
This Kia Turbo Hybrid is built for all the things you've yet to do. Like taking a long drive, just to throw a monster tailgate party at an away game.
Brisket, anyone?
Do what's yet to be done. The new Kia Carnival Turbo Hybrid. Kia, movement that inspires.
The reigning NHL MVP, Nathan MacKinnon, entering Ball Arena in Denver. his Avalanche teammate, Cale Makar. Colorado getting set to face head coach Bruce Cassidy and the Vegas Golden Knights in the second game of our NHL on TNT doubleheader following the Rangers and the Devils.
Thank you, Kenny. Looking forward to that one. 9:42 puck drop coming up from Denver Eastern Time.
We'll catch it.
We will. So will Kenny Albert, Brian Boucher, Eddie Olczyk will be on the call from Denver. Those two teams will meet again a week from Wednesday to open the season here on the NHL on TNT, that time in Vegas. Here we're at Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's a 5-2 Rangers lead. So they pulled away from the Devils, a Ranger team that won a President's Trophy last year. Franchise record 55 wins in their first season under Peter Laviolette. As Capo Caco spins and looks over his options. Brodzinski down, and the shot ricochets out of the zone. Things a little bit different in year two for Peter Laviolette. Sure, a comfortability that just probably wasn't there last year right off the bat.
Well, yeah, I mean, he comes in and, you know, he wanted to change things, wanted to play a little more up-tempo. He plays that defensive structure that he likes, easy to get out of the defensive zone, and took the team all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think in year two it's different, and the players now understand. They didn't know what they were coming into with the new coach. You know, they knew with Gerard Gallant, there was some comfort there. They had success. But I think as a player, and Labby would admit this, players coming in, they understand, kind of, they get a head start, the system, how they're going to play. He reached out to players, actually sent them a video during the offseason, kind of a hype video to get them excited for training camp and the path to get things back on track right away. And that's the type of coach he is. I played for him in Philly. Very passionate, very involved, and expectations and fire are there. And now these players understand that. I think it's a different mindset, a different feel when you come to camp with the coach you've had before.
Penalty here coming against Matt Rempe. 23rd season for Peter Laviolette as a head coach in the National Hockey.
Because I remember him in Wheeling.
Yes, that's right.
Right?
Yep. It's the penalty on Rempe. A little too grabby there with Malone. They get him for the hold.
He's not sure about it. Just as a big man trying, as the player got spun around, Rempe there just gave him a little extra shot. And when you get your free arm around a player, especially when you're 6'8", the hand's usually going to go up. I don't know if I'd equate it to a hold in football.
Yep.
You know,
call it a lot.
You see it a lot.
There are two referees in this game. Liam Mascan and Jake Brink both determined from their angle that was a holding penalty. Sometimes you only get one guy.
You're looking for the free hand and it wraps around. It's a consensus.
Really trying to clear it down. Walensky stepped in front of him. Here is Cooley. In front, and a save made by Brennan. That was Trocheck driving the net again. Now it smells it the other way for New Jersey. Devils trying to get something going on the power play. Best chance so far has been to the shorthanded Rangers. Oh, that could have been a breakaway for Trocheck. The puck wouldn't behave. Just a bouncer, otherwise he was in alone. Hallinan right by LeBanc. Hallinan still with it. Went going to the goal. The pass ricochets towards the goal, and it's cleared down by Miller. Another noticeable play from Brian Hallinan, a 25-year-old from Minnesota. He's gotten some games at the NHL level. Looks like he's playing for a call-up, too.
Yeah, he's got good strength on his skates. And how about Edstrom for Coach Laviolette here? Getting some penalty kill time. Really testing this kid in some situations.
LeBanc fires one past the glove and in. They have deflected along the way. Second goal tonight for Kevin LeBanc.
He's known for his shot, and there he showed you why. It didn't need much time and space to rattle that off the bar and get the Devils back within 2 here. Got a lot of time and space. That little hesitation froze Schneider, it looked like. Schneider was wrapped up in front of the net. Little hesitation there. to get away from Carrick. A perfect shot, man. That was a laser.
Hard to place that better.
And he has that ability. It's just finding consistency in his game as far as the details away from the puck. We saw him in the first period with that turnover down deep in the defensive zone. I know he's scored 2 since then. But, you know, those are the things that matter the most for teams. Can you be reliable in those dangerous situations?
I think about this with Kevin Labanc because he had some really good seasons when San Jose was having some good seasons. It's had to be awfully hard the last couple of years to play for the San Jose Sharks and try and keep that high level.
Didn't they have different coaches while he was there? He was there 7 years. So you're talking about a few coaches, a few different systems. And, you know, it doesn't take much for a coach to come in, not really.
Krasinski with a shot that leaked through Brennan, but wide of the net.
Not really see where you fit into their plan. So a guy like that, he's had an impressive couple nights here. Last night in New Jersey, now tonight here in New York.
Devils are back with it to the pass. Eludes Malone. Able to get on it. Bertuzzi chasing to it. Trocheck gets there too. Bertuzzi got sandwiched. Mancini and Trocheck. Jakob Saboro, another guy on a trial contract, get an assist on that Labanc goal, so he's got a multi-point night as well. Scored a goal back in the first period. Allen chopped away. Momentarily held by LeBears. On the boards and released. Martin's in, kept it from leaving. Rangers find an alternative route. Mancini with a dump in. Gerard lets it go. Trocheck centers, Lafreniere left it. Miller steps into it. And it's hung on to by Tyler Brennan. Trocheck mixing things up in front of the Devils net. A couple of shoves, but nothing further. Well, it's become a 5-3 game. It was 5-2 after Vinny Trocheck scored on the power play. The Devils responded with one of their own from Kevin Labanc. 5-3, just over halfway through period 3.
This is a chance for you to show a different side of yourself.
Nobody knew I existed. But look around. Look at all these people. Who do you think they see?
They're really you.
Joker, only in theaters Friday. Rated R.
The world ain't set up for the honest man to succeed. That's what they hire guys like me for.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I'm an acquired taste.
You've really moved up in the world.
America's a hustle. It'll eat you alive if you let it. Not that I'm complaining.
The Penguin, streaming exclusively on Max.
Too many projects and insane deadlines sink most renovations.
The project is 3 months past the deadline.
But this is when Allison is at her best.
I love it. I'm just in awe.
Windy City Rehab, all new next Tuesday night at 8 on HGTV.
It's headed right for us!
It's already here.
The MLB postseason is here, and TBS has you covered this October. Watch the ALDS presented by Booking.com beginning October 5th on TBS and Max. Playoffs starting today. They got a loud cheer when they showed the Mets score earlier here at Madison Square Garden.
First game of the wild card. It was kind of loud.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Yankee fans here. They're not going to cheer that. No. Face-off win for the Rangers. 9 minutes to go here in the third period of our preseason action game. One of our doubleheader tonight. Vegas and Avalanche coming up shortly after this one. Some Trocheck. Schneider. Drop pass Miller. Pass to Trocheck. Had to adjust his pass into the slot. Through a crowd, and a great save by Tyler Brennan. As that That one popped free for a quick shot from Lafreniere as he was tumbling to the ice. But it took a great stop from Tyler Brennan to keep it out.
How about the movement by the New York Rangers in the offensive zone? You can see the players kind of following each other around. Good traffic in front of the net. You can see the converge in the middle of the ice of the white jerseys. And that didn't take much time and space at all. It didn't look like there was any time and space there, but a quick shot and a better save.
Alexis Lafreniere coming off his by far best offensive season. 28 goals last year, 57 points. And what makes it even more remarkable for him, 28 goals, only 2 power play goals. That's a 26 even strength goals for Lafreniere. 15th most in the NHL.
You could tell he was different, the way he carried himself, the way he skated with the puck. He kind of kept things simple at times when he had to, but when he needed that to use his skill, he used it the right way. And 5-on-5 goals, that's...
LeBaird's cutting through and it's shut down by Guerin. Well, I mean, you think about Lafreniere and the expectations, Jody, have become so high for #1 overall picks. You have to come in, you have to be an all-star in year 1 or you're a bust. And sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes it still takes a progression and an evolution, and it seems like Alexis Lafreniere is becoming the player the Rangers thought he would be.
And he's a player that finds himself on the power play, plays in the top 6. You know, there's a lot there for him. He's been given the opportunity in the past, but now it seems like he's getting more comfortable with his line mates, but more importantly himself. So those expectations can get to you. And you can spend a lot of time as a young player saying, well, I'm not getting a chance, or, you know, I need more of a chance. This kid here, I think he's done it the right way. He's learned, and it's hard to learn in New York under pressure and expectations.
Aaron able to hold on to that shot.
I'll go back to Gerard Gallant. He did a great job with him, figured out, you know, tested him at times. And then Laviolette came in last year and put him in a position where he's found success. And that's comforting for the evolution of a young player to see, you know, kind of picturing where he wants to be when you are younger, but actually earning it and getting there. He's got a real mature way about himself now.
And the hope for the Rangers is that Capo Caco can follow suit this season and continue an evolution. Had a down year last year. But they had high expectations for a #2 overall pick in Capo Caco that haven't quite panned out.
Yeah, 6th season in the National Hockey League. Hard to get in the top 6 for the New York Rangers.
Yep.
But, you know, if he can find himself, you think about it, you have to define your role in the National Hockey League. Some guys are good at face-offs. Some guys are good shot blockers. You know, David Savard's a great example. He was a goal scorer in junior, and now he's one of the best shot-blocking, shut-down defensemen in the National Hockey League. That happens all the time. But you have to find your role. So if he can become a very good third-line player, maybe earn some specialty teams time, then you start to grow in other ways. But right now, it's really define what you are in the National Hockey League. And for him in the 6th season, it's time to do that.
What it looks like for Peter Laviolette is going to be Phil Hedl with Capo Caco and Will Cooley, and that's a line he flat out said he believes can produce and he expects them to produce offensively.
And you have that kind of depth where you can put out a third line like that. I mean, you talk about a lot of third lines have to have that grind and kind of, they can bring that, but also if they can control the puck and play in the offensive zone during those moments, maybe help to get that out-change the opposition. Now you got a different card in your deck.
Penalty coming here against Ruido. He flashed the stick out of the hands of Samuel LeBerge, and so Devils will go back on the power play.
Good to see Ruido's okay. I always saw him a couple shifts ago there take a hard spill into the boards. He got attended to by the trainer.
Number 5, 2 minutes for slashing.
Take a look at this together here. Ruido, good veteran. You see how he pivots. He's just a little behind the play. I like the play of the cross-check. It was just a bump to slow down. But when you knock the stick out of the opposition's hand, again, both referees' hands will go up because it's automatic. And that's when the veteran guy goes over. If I knock the stick out of your hand, Brendan, I'm going to say, hold on to your stick. Yeah. Do some wrist curls.
A little tight.
Right?
Yep. Well, Devils get an opportunity on the power play. They can really test Dylan Guerin. stopped 6 of 7 so far since he came into the game. Igor Shesterkin stopped 16 of the 18 shots that he faced over the first 2 periods. Hardman for the Devils around for Smelzer. Knocked off balance by Carrick, but connected the pass to LeBanc, who has 2 of the 3 Devils goals. Still onside. Smelzer down low. Hardman behind the back pass. Didn't work out. Taken by Will Cooley. And the Rangers will clear.
He was trying to find LeBanc in the middle of the ice. LeBanc wanted that puck back immediately on the far side. But that little spin around backhand play just got broken up by the Rangers. Comes LeBanc again.
Bank dishes over and drives to the net. The pass to Hardman. Get to him. Smelzer holds it along the wall. Behind the net for Hardman. Hardman. Grab it. Talon it. Krasinski draped on him. They work it to the line. Smelzer in the right circle. This pass bounced behind the net. LeBanc twists it through for Walensky. Now Smelzer winds and shoots. Save made a rebound there. And the backhand from Hardman stuffed back into the pads of Guerin.
Nice job by the Devils power play here. Full control. And it seems like everything is going through Hardman and LeBanc. LeBanc, beautiful pass there up top. All in one motion. And that freezes all the defenders, the penalty killers for the Rangers. And that's why the Devils get that last opportunity. It's kind of like a sweep play, no-look pass, but it was right on the tape up high, and that had to shift all the blue jerseys around and allowed that shot seam.
Puck punched back to the line. LeBaird's able to keep it in. Schneider, double team down low. 23 seconds left on the penalty. Savoral. Rush for New Jersey. Pass and touched down by Missioul, who sidestep ahead. Kept in. Missioul with a shot. Gloved and held by Guerin.
Guerin quick to get over there. He looks pretty agile there in the net.
He had strong numbers last year in Hartford. Dipped when the team kind of dipped towards the end of the year, but a really good playoff last year for Hartford.
And you can see in that play how quick he got over. He was in position. Nobody in front of the net, so he had that quick glove. There's his numbers.
And this is a guy that was not only the Western Hockey League goaltender of the year, but the Canadian Hockey League goaltender of the year when he was with Kamloops in 21-22. Out of the box comes Ruido. He'll make another save here.
Yeah, that's 3 leagues up in Canada. It's the Western Hockey League, which covers all the West, the Ontario, and then the Quebec.
And he was the best goaltender of all 3 of those leagues. What is that, 60 teams? He was the #1 goaltender in the Canadian Hockey League. Right now, he's got his team up 5-3.
What made me choose SNHU was that it was completely online and it was affordable.
Searching for your future? Go to snhu.edu.
Never seen it like this before. Whoa, make you wanna get that, get that. Got 'em coming back for more. Let's go. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow. I'ma bring the wow. Yeah, I'ma bring the wow.
For a limited time, get the Genesis GV70 for 3.49% APR for up to 60 months, exclusively at your local Genesis retailers.
Fridays on Discovery.
Fire it up.
Are dishing out surf and turf.
Let's make some gold, guys. I'm hungry for gold.
Mine Rescue and Bering Sea Gold. New Fridays at 8 on Discovery.
Season begins. The NHLN Global Series featuring the Devils and Sabres 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday and 10 a.m. Eastern Time Saturday morning. And then next Tuesday, 4:30, Blues and Kraken, followed by the Bruins and the Panthers. Both those games will be on ESPN. We get going a week from tomorrow with our doubleheader, Vegas and Colorado, and that's exactly what we're going to see in the second game of our preseason doubleheader here tonight. Closing in on puck drop. We'll get you there as soon as we can. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Brian Boucher are patiently waiting for us to wrap up.
Looks like a pretty good lineup there.
Yeah.
Rantanen, McKinnon, McCarr.
It's worth the price of admission.
For the Avalanche. I'm excited for that 10 a.m. game Saturday.
Yep.
Pancakes and hockey.
Don't have to wait.
No. Might have to set the alarm for that one, Emmett. Emmett's our stats guy here, Madison Square Garden.
Fantastic job for us here tonight. Trocheck to the front and the pass to the skates of Berard. Long feed deflected down by Nathan Laguerre. 4.5 to go. On the boards for Lafreniere. Wide feet, banked ahead. This one just chipped in by Trocheck. Trocheck decided in the third period he was going to come out and play. He has turned it up a notch. He's been very visible here in the third as Hallinen's pass deflected away. Rangers are missing Artemi Panarin, who left in the first period with a lower body injury. Won't return. They've had a different center working on that line as this is all the way down. Winger. This is icing.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the NHL and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Oh, an aggressive move here by Kevin Dineen. Down by 2, 4 minutes to go. Why not? Net is empty for New Jersey. Tyler Brennan will take a seat. 6 attackers on for the Devils.
Trocheck's hard to beat in his defensive zone, though. I mean, that's going to take a few shots at that. Trocheck's so good. He's on his backhand there. He snaps it back on the second attempt. And almost puts it on a tee for the kicker. A little wide right there.
Wolofsky will this time try and take the face off. Tie up, Mackey off the glass. This will be another icing. How about that? Molofsky, who took that face off, has never played a professional hockey game so far in his career. He's playing here obviously in a professional exhibition game, but last year he was just playing in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, didn't do an ATO or anything at the end of the season, so he's just making his pro debut here this year. He's lined up against Vinny Trocheck here for face-off.
At Madison Square Garden, not bad, right? They're getting a game plan together here. Trocheck's having a little conversation with Ruhwedel on the wall. Ruhwedel boxes out.
Garris took that face-off and won it. They get it to the net, and a save by Guerin. The rebound was loose, but jumped wide. There's Walensky. To the far side, Zaboral returns it. Walensky shoots it through a screen from LeBerge and into the glove of Dylan Guerin.
LeBanc wanted that back for the hat trick. He was about 12 feet away in the middle of the ice looking for the one time, but I like Walensky's play there. He had some traffic. He's looking for a deflection. Keep an eye on the left side of your screen here. You can see opening up in the middle of the ice, looking for the hat trick. It was LeBanc, but
he does have one NHL hat trick.
Does he? On a PTO, he wants to make sure he's really trying to get it here tonight.
I was back in 2019 for San Jose and Edmonton. Net empty for New Jersey here as Walensky protects the puck, but his pass, look out. Gave it away. Cooley races to it. Trying to jump around him. Can't grab the puck on the other side, and Zaboral moves it along. Shot in by LeBanc. We have 3 minutes to go. Scrum for it. Worked around for LeBanc. Let it go through him. Zaboral attempt to keep it in. Hit off of Cooley. Came back into neutral zone. Hardman rims it around. Smells it. Cooley off the glass. Hardman into the corner. Schneider defensively. Hallinan comes to help out. So does Hardman. Rimmed around towards Walensky. 6 on 5 for the Devils. 2.5 to go, down by 2. Apokako. Pass across into the skates of Schneider. Couldn't control it. All teams will make changes after a relatively lengthy shift. About 1 minute and 50 seconds for that Devils deep pair. And look at that. It hit the stick. It has been in that spot for a while. And kept that from going into an empty net. Rempe couldn't fire it in from the angle, and now he's offside, and they blow the play down. I mean, that was labeled for the empty net.
Not so fast. Yeah, that stick's been sitting there for quite some time, but there's the shot right there. Oh yeah, it was going straight for the middle of the net. Perfectly placed stick. Did Kevin Dineen throw that out there? Was that placed from the bench? The veteran move?
It's almost too perfect. Where somebody just, I just happened to drop this here. They will put Tyler Brennan back in the net for the faceoff. It was closer to his net than the other. Minute 50 to go here in New York. If you're looking for the start of the Avalanche Vegas game, you can flip your channel to True TV. And of course, when this game concludes, we'll bring you that game right here on TNT. Minute and a half to go. Hallinan weaving right into the bench again, so it's 6-on-5 once more. Rempe tied up. Hallinan had it and lost it. Edstrom poked it free. Here's Rempe towards the empty net and couldn't get it to go. Malofsky.
Place would have went crazy if he got that empty net.
Now he's off the ice. This one will leave the playing surface. Stop the clock with 1:06 to go.
Yeah, for the Rangers, you know, you look at this season, what they did last year, the previous season, losing to the Devils after being up 2-0, something they want to forget. But, you know, those are things that you learn from. You bring in some new talent. Well, you mentioned this earlier, Brendan, and Chris Drury really has done a good job of, he's got a core here, you know, and they understand, and they've been through a few things together. Go back to when Kreider first came in with the Rangers as a young player. There was some success for him after that happened.
Yeah.
And now you bring in Laviolette to have this team. They want to set the tone. They got Michael Pekka, Bill Housley, really good former players.
And the reality is, and obviously this window will continue to stay open for the Rangers, but for this specific core and the way the contracts are structured, the salary cap issues, this is the last go for this specific core of players. If we don't get it done this year, there will be some changes. Obviously, Jacob Trouba's name was floated during the last offseason. His contract will be a little easier to move next summer, but this is the last chance for this specific group to win a Stanley Cup.
And you're talking about the young guys. Schneider, Kakko, Lafreniere, Hedl. And then you've got the older group that's over 30 now, that has that experience that you demand in a locker room that really probably runs itself at this point. When you have a goaltender like Igor Shesterkin, you know, anything's possible. I think it's going to be fascinating, Capo Kakko, this season, and what kind of step he can take. It probably is every season for a team, anyone that follows the Rangers closely. Expectations of being the #2 pick overall. But like I said earlier, you have to kind of define your role and see if he can do that this year as that third line player for the New York Rangers. It'd be critical, of course, if he could stay healthy, which he's had problems with the past couple of years. And then another storyline, of course, is with Lindgren out, who's going to start the season with Fox? How's that going to shake out for the New York Rangers?
Final minute, Walensky whiffed on that one. Gets another opportunity, though. Wants to come through it along the boards. Coming around for Hallinan. Pulled out by Jones. Pop free. Here's LeBang. Wine shoots. Save made by Guerin.
That's what he was looking for. Went for the half slap shot.
Looking for that hat trick. The opportunity was there.
He's all alone here. This with a full slap shot, actually. Put all into it right there, but Guerin, no problem. Quick glove. It's like he baited him with it. And then you talk about the Devils. You know, expectations, a lot of changes. It'd be fascinating to see that lineup.
Oh, there's a goal. It's Hallinan. Huh. What a release that was from Brian Hallinan. 20-goal scorer in 35 games last year at the AHL level. You see why with a release like that.
That was smooth, wasn't it? I mean, he got through that puck. Quick look at Kevin Dineen. He wants to get front row here. He's already used his timeout. He's Got to keep the guys on the ice. Going to try to run a set play off this face-off, it looks like, but there's a shot from Howland. No chance for Guerin. Right-handed shot on the offside, perfect pass in the wheelhouse. He just whipped it past him, and the Devils are back within one.
They start with the net empty, even with the center ice face-off, short on time, less than 30 seconds remaining. LeBanc in on the forecheck. This Devils group, which is an AHL roster, trying to come back and tie the game late against the Rangers. Walensky. He's down for Hardman. 12 seconds left. Time to go. Hallinan looking for a better angle. He'll rip the shot. Kicked out by Guerin. 5 seconds left. Hallinan on it again, trying to center. Kakko kept it along the perimeter. Throw to the front. Miller is there. And this one is over. A 5-4 win for the Rangers over an AHL version of the New Jersey Devils. That's the final score. We've got another game to get to. For Jody Shelley and Jackie Redmond, I'm Brendan Burke saying good night from New York. Right now, it's Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Brian Boucher in Colorado. Avalanche hosting the Vegas Golden Knights.
We welcome those of you who have just joined us who were watching the Rangers and the Devils on TNT. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher, Jere Itola connecting for the Avalanche on the power play 4 minutes in.
Well, he finds that soft little area. Good screen in front of the net by Kovalenko. Beautiful pass here by Nathan McKinnon. It lands flat, goes between the legs, and a power play goal for the Avalanche. So that's got to make a couple of young players getting an opportunity in a National Hockey League, so to speak, to be connected in on that goal with the screen by Kovalenko and Inola receiving that pass from Nathan McKinnon.
Inola, 26 years of age. He's from Finland. Played the last couple of years in Sweden with the Frölunda club. He was given an opportunity on the power play with the big guns with McKinnon, Rantanen, Kovalenko, and McCarr. And Inola took advantage. Now it's save made by Schmid on Miles Wood, his former teammate in New Jersey. Another stop by Schmid. Wood with the puck again. He's taken down. Another penalty coming up. Fleming, the Golden Knights' 21-year-old defenseman, will be sent to the penalty box.
That puck changed direction out in front of Schmid. He might have went off the stick of Belmar, and he made a really good stop. Kazari, Gretchen referee. Miles Wood in behind there, Bush, and there you see the penalty. Bush during that, right before that power play, the power play goal by Inola. The Vegas Golden Knights get a quality chance here, a 2-on-1.